What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Popcorn Chicken. Today, we're going to be dissecting the Mandalorian. It is back. The Mando is back. This is the way. And we're going to dissect the first episode along with the continued Bad Batch season. We're going to be dissecting that episode. It's weird that they put both of them together at the same day, but we're going to dissect both of them. And then we'll get into some maybe after hours Cantina talk. But joining me today is going to be my buddy Nathan always. What's going on, Nathan? Your audio is not working, Nathan. And then we got Grogu and Boba Fett. Hey, you're not supposed to be with Grogu.
I can't hear anything with this damn helmet on.
And then making his debut with us is one of our newest members on our team. He's one of our editors. He makes some cool shorts for us. You probably see them already. There's Chris. How's it going, Chris?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Perfect.
We can need some ambience lighting in the background for you.
Yes, I know. I do have.
You have some cool swag in the back, though. I like that.
I got some action figures and stuff. So
look at that. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Okay, Star Wars came out with full swing this Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday. I gotta tell you, both episodes or both shows was good today for me.
It was good Star Wars today.
Yeah, it was a good Star Wars day today. We'll get into the Bad Batch first.
Mm-hmm.
But before we do, Chris, why don't you tell everybody who's seeing you for the first time, what are you doing for us at A&R? What are you right now doing?
I am helping to edit any shorts. So anything. I made my. I edited a few shorts from some podcasts that you guys had done, and then I made a little, the little action figure with Grogu and the Mando and the Dark Trooper. I made that.
That was pretty dope.
Yes. And then we're going to be doing more, collabs. We're going to be adding some more things to your awesome abilities. Can't wait to see what else you're going to be crafting for us here at A&R. Yeah. Nathan,
what do you
can hear me now?
You have midterms. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Oh, beautiful. I think I'm kind of stupid, but I think that when I was setting it up, I accidentally hit the button down to mute to no volume. Is this good? Can you guys hear me pretty well right now?
Yeah, you can jack
turn
it up
a little.
Yeah, you can turn it up a little bit.
All right, there we go. Well, that's my bad.
You have midterms. What are these midterms you speak of?
Oh gosh, so the first one I have is at 9:30 tomorrow. It's for my class Babylon and Beyond. It's all about ancient Mesopotamia and the archaeological sites and artifacts and all that sort of stuff. So I'm working along on that, and then I've got one more, which is all about kind of the development of agriculture. And then those are my last two midterms.
I'm about to fall asleep.
I know what all of those words mean.
Yes. So yeah, you're gonna be with us.
Farmer is what you're saying?
Kind of. A lot of it's about farming, actually, for both subjects.
All right, you can help out Ladner over there then.
But yeah, I'll be here until 10:45 tonight. I'm glad we're going over the Bad Batch first because I know I'm going to get a bit of flack for it, especially from you guys.
Say it. Don't you say it. You didn't watch the Mando?
Bad Batch was. Yeah, I watched both. I watched both.
Okay.
I was
I
going
to
say, I think that the Bad Batch was significantly better than the Mandalorian episode.
I don't know about significantly better.
I thought it was much better. We'll get into that soon, though.
Yeah.
Let's start off with the Bad Batch.
Yes. I know, Chris, you didn't get a chance to see it, so maybe just
I'll just listen in.
Yeah, listen in. If you want to ask some questions, chime in because, Star Wars related. Why not, right?
For sure.
Where do we begin? Okay, so we get this mysterious spaceship that is crashing on this planet right off the beginning. Mm-hmm. For a minute, I thought it was Han's ship.
Yeah,
for a second, right? Until it fully turned.
I thought something similar, but slightly different. I thought it looked like the Outrider from Shadows of the Empire, which was Dash Rendar's ship.
Okay.
It looked like that. So it's same planet, same. Who was it? Corellian. It's a YT something. Anyway, but then it wasn't. But it's a ship we haven't seen before. A ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it crashes onto that planet. We
Mm.
found out later on, but this is about the cloning experiments or meddling with the Camino, the cloning, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
I
So-
for me, it just was really interesting. They brought this back into the fold. I don't know how this is going to unfold, but we know at the end there was a big cliffhanger at the end they left us with, right? And we'll
Well,
talk about it.
This is like actually this episode was kind of a sequel to a Clone Wars episode.
Is it okay?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
A really big
and
one
it was
too. It was a couple Clone Wars episodes too. I think
yeah,
they
it
did
was
two.
two.
Fill
two
me
or
in on
three
that because
parts.
I did not watch the entire Clone Wars saga.
So the creature that they find, this is the second time we see one of these. And in the Clone Wars, what happens is essentially Palpatine uses an A-bomb on the droids and it unearths one of these fucking Star Wars kaijus. And
I was gonna say Pokemon Showzer.
yeah, sure. Close enough. And then they capture it so that they can research it. And they mentioned, I think once or twice in the episode, in the Clone Wars. So like we're talking 5,000-6,000 years ago or whatever. Now at this point, they were like, "Oh, we need to capture it so we can use it for cloning experiments."
Yep.
And then they didn't touch it. They didn't touch that subject. They were just like, "Oh, use it for cloning experiments or whatever." And then it was just like, "Oh," and they're like, "Never mind." And now it's taken 3 seasons or 2 seasons or however many. No, there's like
It's a
what
lot more than 2 seasons. I think it was. Let me look up the exact season. I think it was maybe season
like 2 or 3. It was
pretty
pretty
early
early
on.
on.
Maybe I think closer to 3. Season 2? You're right. Season 2.
Yeah,
episode
season
18.
2. So season 2, they start this thing, and then they're like, "All right, never mind." Then like 6 seasons or 5 seasons go on, and then 2 seasons of this, and now they're like, "All right, this story, okay."
And it's basically just King Kong, but Star Wars.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but this King Kong is more like Godzilla.
Well, and also like some Ridley Scott, H.R. Geiger vibes, because it was like the whole episode was just like aliens vibes.
Oh, yeah.
all
Yeah,
over the
very
place.
I love
aliens
that.
vibe. So
And
basically,
the
the
Star Wars
Bad Batch,
horror.
the
Yeah.
Bad Batch get
Yeah.
commissioned by what's her name again, and this time at least they got 50%. You know,
No,
she's been-
no. I'll give you 30%. And they're like, "That's our normal cut." She's like, "All right, I'll be nice, 35." And then they're just like,
So
like
she's
them
been
finally-
taking advantage of them for a while,
Yeah.
and then what I really
Yeah.
liked was how after she got off with them, he's like, "Oh, I think it was Tech." He's like, "We need to figure out a way to sever our ties with her,
"Yeah,
like, you know, in a mutual way, where because she knows everything about them, right?
yeah, she's got
And
a lot
they
of dirt on us."
Yeah, so there's already like I'm hoping about the end of this season that they actually sever away from her because it's getting tiresome now for me to keep
Now?
having her telling them to go on these missions with barely any information, and they're putting their lives at what 30%. We find out, right?
Yeah.
So they were able to get 50% on this,
Oh, good.
and yeah, goody, right? So I want to go back to the conversation one of the admirals had with Mr. Say. Is it Mr. Say?
No, that's Lama Say,
Is it Lama Say?
which was the one of the original people that we, who was in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
And is one of the main cloners. And the guy that was the new Imperial officer, which is a
Mhm.
new character. And do you recognize the voice?
No, I do not.
It's Jimmy Simpson, who was William in Westworld. So the young
okay, yeah,
guy
yeah,
who
yeah.
later Ed Harris, it turns out to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
the
yeah.
old version of it. Yeah, so that guy, he's also from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
What's up with the guy's hand? Like, is there a clue to something? He keeps
His
grabbing
hand.
his hand. He's got a glove on his hand.
Oh, maybe. Was it
I
his
thought
right
it was
hand?
like one of those. I thought it was one of those hands that was cut off, and it's like a robot hand underneath the glove. I thought it was one of those.
Well, I
'Cause
mean,
usually
why-
in Star Wars, if someone's going to cover their hand, then
Yeah.
it's gone.
But I'm wondering why they're making us pay attention to that because there's a couple of times they've put it on there.
I didn't notice that,
Yeah,
but maybe.
Actually, do you know what, Elvin? I did see that a couple times.
yeah.
For one
Usually
time,
when
I
they
did
do that,
remember him doing
it
that.
has to do with something.
Mhm.
They're trying to make you focus on that for a reason. But anyways, they're trying to get her to clone, and
Yeah.
she's like having none of it. She's like, nope, I know what the
Yep.
Emperor is doing. I'm not doing having none of it. Which at the very end we find out what will trigger to do it, maybe.
Mhm.
But yeah, you're right. So they go to this planet and they see the spaceship, and this is the funny part about it all. It is how they just let Omega just come with them in this dangerous operation.
Yeah, I thought that too.
It just feels so out of place. I know it's animation. I know they're trying to make kids watch it too, and having a kid in the show would obviously help. It just feels out of place, right?
Mhm.
I don't know. Like they're going to a dangerous. People died in there. They could see walls being damaged, and you mentioned alien vibes. I mean, last time I checked, didn't have a kid walking around in Aliens, right?
Yeah, they do in the second one.
Did they?
Ripley's daughter.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even remember that movie.
That was
But-
like the best one.
It's not her daughter. It's just that girl that they find.
Oh,
on
that's
the
right.
ship, who's-
But
who's
she was
lived
she was
through it
found
all.
in there. They didn't force her to go in there.
No,
That's
she was.
true.
He was a survivor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so that's a different story. Although if they found Amiga
Sure.
in the middle
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
ship, okay, cool. But
Do you
yeah,
guys-
it's just,
because I don't know the Bad Batch that well, but it does seem like every show needs a kid. Does the Bad Batch need? It's Omega. Do they?
yeah. Omega is a kid to pull in kids to watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
But
fairness, the very first episode that we watched, it was her basically saving or helping
this
them out.
season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of the season. Sorry, rescuing them from all those colorful giant creatures running on the beach, chasing
Yeah.
after the Bad Batch.
Because she
So
just
it's
spent
not. Yeah,
she just spent a season being a fetch quest and or an escort mission where it was just like, oh god, we gotta go save the fucking kid again. But
Right.
then like the first episode of this season, it was just like, oh cool, she's useful now. Yeah, that's a cool
Yeah.
plot twist.
So even though she's young, she's still, they've shown she's got some skill.
Yeah.
She's competent generally. She's young and naive, and occasionally, does some stuff that we find just silly. But
Yeah.
generally, in combat, she's useful. Plus, they didn't really know what was in the ship at that point. They just thought, okay, it's a crash ship. Something alive is in here, and there's a bunch of dead troopers.
Yeah.
But also, speaking of the troopers,
Mhm.
it's been a long time since we've seen Clone Commandos.
Yeah,
They look badass.
they do.
That's the most Clone Commandos I've ever seen at once. Usually
Yeah,
it's just like one.
Because maybe it's a high priority mission.
Well, that's the thing that so Republic Commando, which was the game was it just on Xbox or anyway, it's a game around the Xbox big days, so early 2000s. And they were essentially the archetype that is now the Bad Batch. It was just like a squad of 4 highly trained, highly specialized clone troopers that have their own speciality or whatever. They got a hacker guy, they got a explosion guy, they got a sniper guy, and they got a commando guy. But it's cool that they've repurposed them and now are just like, yeah, those are just clone commandos. It's not they weren't necessarily Clone Force. What was their outfit called? They were, it's not 99, it was the Alpha Squad? No, Delta Squad.
I'm looking it up right now because it's been so long.
Yeah, I think it was Delta Squad. And
Delta Squad, yes.
yeah, it was cool that
Boss, Fixer, Scorch, and Sev.
yeah. So it was like exactly the Bad Batch, pretty much. But yeah, it's cool to see, and also showing that many clone commandos is like, oh shit, this is like a big deal that they have this many. They got like a full platoon of commandos just to like hang out and make sure shit doesn't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, they go into the ship and basically they split up. Tech goes and tries to turn the lights on. I like the balls on this guy, man. They're like, "You want to go alone?" He's like, "Yeah, so
I'm fine."
Don't worry about it. Just like chill. I'm an elite force here. Come on. And he just goes in, like, and he's, always watching his six, right? Like he's checking around always. And sure enough, he gets the lights on and everything. And it turns out to be a problem to turn the lights on. There's a reason why it was off. This creature, which they find in the lab, they go to this area. It's a giant lab because they're like, it's cold in here. And they see all these tech and Omega recognizes some of this stuff because she grew up in that similar type of environment with those tech. And sure enough, they find the giant lizard in the roof, which is like alien-esque. And they're trying to slowly back away, which, obviously is the right thing to do because you don't know what the hell this thing can do.
Yeah.
And, they make some noise. Obviously, it was bound to happen. And the lizard, like, what is it, Pokemon character?
Sure. The Xenomorph-esque.
I forget, Xylobeast or Zelobeast?
Zellers?
Yeah, it's a Zeller's beast. The thing that everyone thought was once extinct. But
It's back. It's back.
Yeah, it's come back with a vengeance for some reason.
Off.
Yeah. Hello to everybody. Nightmare, Darth, Viper. If you're wondering what we're talking about, it's a store in Canada that nobody really cared about and probably still don't.
It's like Walmart, but shitty.
It's like Target Junior.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's Walmart's cousin that no one wants to talk about.
Yeah. He's not very good at his job.
Hello to Nate. So they're at that point where they're battling this giant beast, and they quickly find out that it feeds on energy, and it gets bigger and bigger, just feeding on energy. So they can't shoot it because it doesn't do anything to it. They can't electrocute it because it loves to eat electricity. So they have to run for their lives. And I like how Tech quickly... Is it Tech that threw the bomb in there? Right? Threw the bomb to kind of distract it or stun it while they got out of the ship?
I think it was.
Well, they get out, and then Omega and Tech are... No, Tech is cut off from them, and then it's sucking on the power, and then it shoots one of the power transformers, and it explodes.
Okay, yeah. Not a bomb. He shoots that, and cause an explosion to stun the monster. They all get out, and they have to split up again because the monster got out or something. The monster got out first, right? And then the
monster gets out, and then they want to go back in and like find the information on it to figure out like where it was going or who sent it, blah blah blah.
This is where the leadership of Hunter is needed, where he's like, hey, you go find out what it actually is because we don't know what we're up against, and me and Rek will go and try to protect the village because it's heading that way, and it's our responsibility now because we let it loose. So they get on the Marauder, and they're trying to basically thwart it away from the village, right?
Yes, the Marauder. I don't know why it hasn't clicked. But it just looks like a Vulcan cruiser, like almost. Hold on, let me try and.
Is it a different version of it? Maybe an older
No,
model?
Vulcan, like from Star Trek.
Oh, I
like
see.
It just.
What you're saying.
Oh.
No, I'm thinking not Vulcan. I'm thinking, what was like Deep Space Nine? That shit. Like old 90s.
I'm sure
like,
Star Wars fans love the fact that you're comparing it to Star Trek.
Yeah, whatever. Nobody gives a shit anymore.
Tell that at the convention.
Yeah, whatever, nerd.
This square off.
Yeah.
I want someone to create a convention where there's a Star Trek and Star Wars convention mixed into one.
Yeah,
can you imagine the mayhem there?
What was that?
Or you have the two different conventions, but everyone gets invited to the wrong one. It's like a Saturday Night Live skit.
So good. And then you sprinkle in Lord of the Rings fans in the middle.
Yeah, just a bunch of.
Well, while you're looking up that, I can also mention to everybody that's watching us maybe for the first time.
This thing, like it's super.
It looks nothing like that.
No, it kind of does. Kinda. There's another one that I'm thinking of that looks. just that really angular. I don't know.
Okay.
I gotta find a. There's something in my head from my childhood that I'm remembering.
Well, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button too, because it sends it out to everybody else that should be watching this awesome show. Popcorn Chicken every Wednesday night at 9. I suppose I'd say 9:45 p.m. Pacific time. We just talk about the best TV show or movie show, or maybe the worst TV show. Willow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
We just go in and talk about the episodic breakdowns. We're doing Mando and the Bad Batch today. So yeah, join us 9:45 p.m. Pacific time on Popcorn Chicken here. Okay, so they are, heading on the plane, and this monster, or whatever you want to call it,
Zillow Beast.
Kaiju jumps on the transformers of the village. Is it their hydro line? And it just sucking up the energy, and it just now it's ballooned into this massive behemoth of a beast. And I don't even know. Like at that point, I'm like, there's no way these guys can stop this thing unless they crash their plane into it, right? I mean, what else are you gonna do? They don't have the capacity to weapons capacity to beat this. But lucky enough, the bad guys arrive, and do they ever? Holy smokes! They brought in
Kind
some
of
big
saved the
guns.
day.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was gonna say.
If they
Yeah.
weren't there.
Yeah, if they
You're
weren't
wrong.
there, then how are these guys going to stop it? Right? What the
Yeah,
village is gonna
now
throw
instead of
pitchforks
getting
at it?
eaten, by Zillow Beast, they're gonna get shot by the Empire for seeing a Zillow Beast.
Honestly, probably less painful, a bit more sudden.
Sure.
Because
So-
you get chomped up and eaten, or you just get shot and your insides are liquefied.
So they were there to not kill the beast, but they were there to take the beast, right?
Yeah. Well, it was
Or-
theirs in the first place.
Yeah.
They were
What I
just
don't
transporting
understand
it
is
to a
why
new
were they
facility.
chasing after these guys? They should have just not cared about them, right?
Because
They
they're
were
witnesses.
spending their resources trying to fight the
Well,
Marauder.
They're witnesses. They rounded up
yeah.
every villager that saw it, and they're gonna deal with them and process them,
Oh,
which means just
yeah, they don't
gas
want no one to
chambers.
know
So then
about
they're
it,
just
yeah.
like, oh shit, there's these guys in a ship who saw it. Like,
Yeah,
fucking
well,
go get them.
Yeah, go get them. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Which is interesting because why are they hiding it? That's a good question, right? What's a big deal about this?
It's part
Is
of their
this-
giant secret cloning.
Yeah,
Yep.
That was their
also-
first test because it is impervious to lightsabers and blasters and pretty much anything, and is made stronger by energy.
Mhm.
All right. Alvin, I don't know if Justin or I mentioned this, but that beast, or at least the original version, the not the Empire, the Republic did try and like capture it and do the same thing, like study it, maybe weaponize it somehow, learn about it.
Yeah, they brought it to
But
Coruscant.
Yeah, they brought it to Coruscant, and it got out and did a full King Kong run around the city, destroying everything.
Yeah.
And so they had to kill it then.
Okay.
So that's why I guess they've cloned it now, so they can do what they wanted to do with the original.
Mhm.
Interesting. Interesting what the Emperor has cooking.
Mm-hmm.
So they capture it and poor people in the village, because now they're all going to be executed,
Yeah.
most likely. And these guys just head out of there. They didn't even get anything, right? What were they supposed to get from this trip?
Just something valuable.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, they did
nothing.
get one thing. They got one thing.
What did they get?
They got all the data, the encrypted data from the ship.
Oh, that's true.
All the records, all the information that this
Oh,
was
yes.
the Empire back when the Republic when the Chancellor, not the Emperor, but the Chancellor had
Yeah.
ordered for this all to happen. So that they've got that data, and they might sell it, or they're sending it to Rex and Echo. So I
Mhm.
guess that's their takeaway.
Yeah.
Nothing of value to sell though. But they've
No.
I don't think they've ever, or at least this season, they haven't gone away from a mission being like, yeah, we've got this, we can sell, we can actually, ditch Sid and be safe and go off and do our own thing. Every
No.
single episode that they've tried to do a salvage mission, it has blown up in their face.
Yeah, they're pretty shit at stealing
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
But
real
at
shit.
least we made a bunch of friends.
Oh, they make the matter worse by just going there. every
Yeah.
every place they go, every planet, they're like a cancer to this planet. They just show up.
Yep.
Yeah. So interesting at the very end. The big spiel is the man Camino. Is it Camino? What's that race
No,
called?
They're Kaminoan.
Kaminoan.
Yes.
Sorry,
Camino's the planet.
Kaminoans. A male version shows up,
The
and
prime minister.
is it the
Mhm.
former prime minister?
Yes,
Former,
because the
yeah.
planet doesn't fucking exist anymore.
Oh,
That's
the
such a
planet's
kick
there.
in
Well,
the
yeah,
pills, right?
The city's gone.
Yeah,
such a
it's
kick in the
just
pills.
water now.
Yeah, your former prime minister.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's asking for his freedom in return for help because they want to know how to get his assistant to kickstart this, process, and
Yeah.
she's not talking. So they're
She was
"What do
like
I-"
the main cloner.
yeah. So what do we gotta do? And boom, the big bean drops, saying that there's a little girl that can help with that. Anyone want to take a guess what that is or who that is?
Correct.
Young Padme Amidala.
Yes. Leia.
It's Amiga. Stop it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, Chris, we should clarify. We call her Omega, not Omega, just because
Okay.
of their accent.
It's a New
All
Zealand
right.
accent.
So-
Amiga.
So
Right,
Amiga.
right,
Amiga.
right.
They're all from New Zealand. Every Star Wars person.
They're supposed to be.
All Jedis are from New Zealand. There. Not even from Australia. From New
No.
Zealand.
Because
World
that's where
Series.
the actor's
The-
from, right?
the-
What's his name?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Timmy
yeah.
and Morrison. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sith reside in Australia, right, Nathan? So yeah, Omega is apparently the key to it all. I wasn't surprised because I was wondering what her role would ever be in Bad Batch, and we kind of get they shed some light on it. So she was created for a reason. I guess maybe
Well,
it's her
she's the blackmail. So
okay.
they're going to use her, and I don't know, maybe put a gun to her head. If you don't start working for us and do these teach us about cloning, we're going to shoot the clone that you have a close connection to.
The Empire's not very clever with their torture. They're just like, we'll fucking kill your family. I don't know.
Yeah.
You have
So,
more family? Okay, I'll go get them.
I'm gonna take a wild guess because he asked the trooper to find out more information on this plane. They're gonna go to her. What's her name? I always forget her name.
Sid,
Sid. How do I forget
Yeah.
Sid?
the
It's,
Bronson
it's the
Cheers.
most normal name in the show.
I-
Sid.
Yeah.
So they're gonna go to probably to Sid's bar and torture or blackmail her to give
No,
up.
they're
these
gonna
guys.
have Wanda Sykes show up because she had a full episode on her own. So obviously she needs more money. Wanda Sykes is gonna fucking sell them out, and then they're gonna be like, "Sid, I thought you said she was cool." And she'll be like, "I don't know." There'll be a laugh track because she used to be in Cheers. Then they're gonna fucking leave.
Oh no!
Now I'm gonna start watching if that's the case.
I'll be honest, I don't know
I'm
how you guys are
legitimately
thinking
serious.
that.
Wanda Sykes is a character, and the girl from Cheers.
Yeah.
Those are the voice actors.
Wow, I
I
didn't know.
don't
that.
know why you guys think that's gonna happen because we've already been told don't trust Sid. We've
Yeah.
been told that already. We've seen Sid fall through and doesn't care about
Every
them.
time.
I'm pretty sure the Empire is going to go out with like a wanted poster saying, look, Omega wanted, this is the bounty we're going to give out. And then Sid's going to be like, well, I can cash in. I'm going to betray you. Because we've
Yeah.
been told, don't trust
Yeah,
Sid.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's gonna bring them into the office, and then they'll be waiting for them.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. It's so obvious, right?
But do you
Or
think we're going to
she
have
get-
that next episode?
Or do you think the Sid does the honorable thing, gets killed for protecting them?
I
No.
don't care.
No.
There's
They've
no honor.
now-
There's no honor
They've
at all.
now introduced a cool villain. Fucking finally, in the last like
I know.
quarter or eighth of the season, they're like, "Hey, by the way, here's the antagonist," and it's like, "Fuck!" Finally, now I have somebody to like. Oh no, there's the danger instead of an adventure where nothing happens. So now I do not give a shit about Sid at all. Like if they never talk about her again, I'll be like, "This is the best show
But
ever."
you don't think she's gonna do the honorable thing and not rat them out, not snitch them out, and get
Oh,
killed?
hell no. Sid has
No.
betrayed him before. Sid does not
She's
care.
gonna roll up the carpet. Here they are.
Yeah, 100%.
Probably.
Okay,
And then I'm
okay.
going to guess that Sid will also be killed. That she won't get paid.
Yeah.
She'll just be killed from that.
Yeah,
Because that's how the
here's
Empire
your payment.
works. Right?
Bang.
Yeah.
Right.
A fast death.
Oh, you want credits, huh? Okay, I'll give you credits. All right, yeah. So that wraps it up for the Bad Batch. That was the fastest we've ever done a review of Bad Batch. Why? Because we want to get into the big boy.
matters.
We want to talk about Rogue One. No, just kidding.
Yeah, the best Star Wars show
Rogue
ever.
One was pretty
No,
good.
it's not. It's cash
It's-
grab. Anyways, we're not gonna argue about
Rogue
that.
One, which then gave us the best TV show ever.
Yeah, Rogue One, good movie. Good movie.
Oh,
I know a lot of
My-
people that weren't
my
into
favorite.
Star Wars that watched that movie and really liked it because for them that was just a war movie.
Yeah.
And they can get into that.
I want to get into this season 3.
Oh wait, what are you going to rate the Bad Batch?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. My bad. I'm so excited. I want to get into this.
Yeah,
Mando
you're just
show.
skipping ahead.
I've been waiting all day, man. I watched it at midnight this morning.
Mm.
I'm ready to go. I'm gonna give it. I'll go first. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. It was fun, man.
Yep.
I enjoyed it.
Wow.
I turned the lights off and watched the big screen. You know, the sound was right
Ooh.
there. I enjoyed it. It was good, man.
Nathan, what do you give it?
Funny enough, I thought that I was going to be the one out of everyone here that was going to score it a little higher. But I guess, right on with Alvin, 8.5. I liked the connection to season 2 of the Clone Wars. It had like a really nice horror element to it for the first
Yeah, it had
bit.
some meat, to it.
Yeah, so it didn't feel like a filler episode, and it wasn't a filler episode. And we got introduced to a really cool villain.
Yeah.
We've got more of a storyline that's actually come together now. So 8.5, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. If I gave episode 3 a 9, or did I give it a 10?
I think you gave it a 10.
Okay, if I gave it a 10, I'm giving this episode a 9.
Okay.
Because it was also something that helps explain the fucking new trilogy. And damn it, I should have had this prepped. Fuck. Where is
Too
it?
bad. Too bad.
We know what you're
Too
trying
bad.
to do.
I know.
Ah,
He does this every episode.
that's fucking garbage. But it introduced a new villain, which was amazing, and it explains
A little late
that.
there.
It was fine. I got it. It explains that. It starts to tie in Clone
Yeah,
Wars. It starts to tie in the new trilogy like all together, as opposed to just being each is its own separate entity that nobody fucking talks to the other people who worked on it. The other thing. And I'm excited for what's gonna happen next now, as opposed to just like, oh, I hope next week's good.
Yeah. Because
So I can't rate it, but how about I'll just rate each of your reviews. So Justin, your review was about a 9.5. That was good. Nathan, it was about a 9. Elvin, I give 8.5. But overall, those are good reviews.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right.
Just trying to contribute.
let's get into
And I
the,
helped.
the big boy. Arguably the most important show for Disney Plus.
It
This
started Disney Plus.
Yeah, this thing carries Disney Plus, I think, in my
Dude.
opinion.
Only
I
reason I
think
kept giving it money.
I want to see the percentage of how many people drop off as soon as the show ends. Right? I mean, how many
Yeah.
people drop off subscription?
Well, no, they got Ahsoka coming next, and I think there's going to be a huge. Now, actually, there's a couple things that hinted towards. It tying into Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, I'm all over that one too. I was like, oh, they did that, and right off
There's
the
those-
bat too.
And it was hidden. Well, not hidden. I mean, they kind of fucking put a camera right on it, but like, again, they're tying more Clone Wars stuff in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it starts out. This Nathan, you were expecting it to have a good start. You were like, I think the first episode will be good, and then you
Yeah,
think it'll get
I
rocky.
was wrong,
What?
in my opinion.
Really?
I did not. I was not a fan.
Oh,
No, I thought it was good, but like not as good as I hoped it to be. Because usually in the past couple seasons, well, the other 2 seasons, at the start, I was on the edge of my seat. I was so excited. This one, it felt more like I could be watching this episode. You know, I could be partway through the season already, and I'm watching this episode. This didn't feel like the start of a big, action-packed, exciting adventure. It just felt like a mediocre setup to me. It had some good scenes. I'm not
Ouch.
complaining about that.
Jeez,
I know.
that
I
hurts.
know.
hold. How this felt like a season 3 start to me of something, because like season 1 is your pilot, you're establishing and you're going through all the story beats. Season 2, you're just like, all right, now we got to ramp it up. Season 3, I feel in a lot of shows is always like, all right, you know why we're here. We're just gonna quickly like boop, boop, give you bullet points and just like, here's kind of what we got to do this season. Okay, let's go. And I felt like this one felt like that. I was really disappointed by the runtime when I read it.
Yes.
I think a lot of people were.
But when it ended, I was like, I wasn't like, oh, that's it. Because it did so much shit in this episode and so much stuff. And there were so many cameos and there were so many different like genres of film that were like sprinkled throughout that it when it was over, I wasn't like, oh, I wish this episode was longer. It was just like, yeah, that was fine. Okay, cool.
I'm also wondering if originally season 3 was supposed to be, the two of them not together, how we ended season 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
But whoever Disney producers thought, no, you can't keep Grogu away that long. That's why they did it in Boba Fett, right? Brought them back together in Boba Fett. So I'm just wondering originally if Favreau and Filoni thought that way. Like after season 2, we'll start season 3 and they won't be together for quite a few episodes.
Yeah.
So I was always wondering if that's originally how it was.
Well,
They did say that Grogu was 2 years away with Luke.
Right.
So there's a 2-year separation between the two of them.
Now, hold on. That isn't canon because it was just in an interview casually, and he could have also just been talking about we've been away from them for a couple of years because that's how long it's been since the last season of The Mandalorian. So it could just be out of context, him just saying like, oh, it's been a couple of years since we've been with them, or he's been away from them as in like the show, but it's not. Yeah, but also too, it's not super important time.
Well, I mean,
canon
I think
in Star Wars because it's kind of all the fucking over place.
I think it will explain why he's able to learn the Force better.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a while to learn it, and if that 2 years is true, then that explains the jump that he's had in this episode of the abilities he's already showing, right?
Yeah.
Like he's willy-nilly doing it now. It's like no big deal anymore.
Spinning in the chair.
Yeah.
That was great. I mean, like let's face it. When we were kids and we had to go to an appointment with our parents, we had to sit in that chair. That's what we would be doing, right?
Yeah.
Just like
Mhm.
whipping around. I thought that was great.
Looking for candy at the doctor's office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me that.
But you're right, because he doesn't even struggle, right? When he's
No.
getting that candy, it's just
Do
like
you remember the cookie that he had to struggle in the classroom?
Oh yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's like this now.
Yeah.
Damn near
Right?
had an aneurysm.
And right to his hand too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Not like
get me
popping
wrong.
off. Sorry.
Seeing Grogu is good. Like I like Grogu a lot, but
Mhm.
I wanted at least a good chunk of this season. If I didn't watch any of the Book of Boba Fett,
Right.
or the Book of Boba, I think is called. If I didn't watch that, I would have wanted this season just to be a redemption arc for him. I wanted him to become a Mandalorian again, and we could have some shots of Grogu training with Luke, And so that way we get a bit more time on screen, just seeing him develop a little bit, even if it's
Right.
just snippets. Because otherwise, it feels like he just dropped. Like for you guys, I'm sure it feels a bit like he just dropped him off and then very quickly wanted to go
Yeah.
back to Mando, rather than if you have half a season, or because this is only 6 episodes, like a whole season of him apart, but at least you get some clips of where he's at right now, and then they get reunited near the end, maybe episode
just
5.
5 episodes of that in the Book of Boba Fett, so then we would have less of that show.
Yeah.
Well, what about all the people that, I mean, there's obviously a lot of Star Wars fans love The Mandalorian, but I think a lot of other people got on board because of Baby Yoda, Grogu,
Yeah.
who didn't watch Book of Boba Fett,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the beginning, they always do previously on. I don't know, but it wouldn't have been previously on Mandalorian, but previously on the Book of Boba Fett. But still, I think they
did show clips from Book of Boba Fett in the previously of this episode.
Yeah.
They showed a bunch of clips from Book of Boba Fett, which I thought was interesting.
Right.
Show clips on another show to catch up the viewers.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
Yeah. That's the same universe. They show flash, like Marvel stuff does that all the time. I just saw Ant-Man, and there was a bunch of like flashbacks from other MCU shit.
Yeah, but for this is kind of weird. Imagine you go to watch this and it's like previously on, and it shows you a bunch of clips, and you're like, wait, what? I haven't seen this. What do you mean previously on? I watched all of The Mandalorian. Yeah. And I'm sure most people watch the Book of Boba as well, but perhaps not everyone.
Well, I think
especially
now
since
because
the bad
of
reviews came out.
Yeah, I think now because of MCU stuff, having this is the Star Wars universe or cinematic universe, and having like, oh, this is in this other thing and this other thing, because also too, like, oh, previously on Andor, here's, I guess movie to TV adaptation isn't weird, but yeah, going from show to show is kind of non-standard for TV stuff. But it's streaming now, so they have different rules.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
But
by the way, slightly off topic, but speaking of people kind of basing themselves off of the Marvel universe, having a bunch of interconnected shows and movies, do you guys, or I'll let you take a guess, a studio has come out and said because of the success of a new product, I'll call it, that has come out, they're going to be re-looking at making some shows or movies, or something else that came out recently that was very successful.
Furbies.
Have they come out again?
Willow's not successful.
Although Willow season 2 is going to come out apparently.
What? What?
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah, they already said that.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah.
What? Who's fucking paying for this?
Is this a popular movie you're talking about? Like movie
Willow
series?
TV shows on Disney
Series
Plus.
of movies,
I urge you to watch this, Chris.
No, I know what Willow is.
No.
I'm not gonna
It's a
watch
TV
that.
show. It just came out.
Oh yeah. No, I know.
I think it's good times. You should grab a popcorn. Grab some popcorn.
Right after we're done here, I'm gonna go watch it.
Yeah.
I implore you to watch.
I need to fall asleep fast.
It's part of your homework.
So Warner Brothers has come out and said that they are going to revisit the Wizarding World and come out with something new. It could be we don't know what it is. It could
Potter.
be a TV show or a movie. Yeah, well, Harry Potter. Yeah,
I mentioned this.
Oh,
but we don't know what exactly it's going to be. And they said that because of the, it might be. They said because of the success of
Harry's parents,
the Hogwarts Legacy
movie
game, they might. We don't know. They haven't planned it. They haven't done anything for it. They say they just said that because of the success of Hogwarts Legacy, we see people are very interested in this universe, and so we're going to come up with a new product for it now. I say the word product, but something. It could be a movie, it could be game, it could be TV. We have no idea. All we know is now they're going to get started on something. So, I don't know.
Well, it's like wasn't it a few weeks ago?
They should write books of the game.
Yeah.
But it's like any big franchise, right? Like Disney said, okay, Toy Story 5, Frozen 3. They just started naming all their big films.
Wait, is there Frozen 3?
Yeah.
There is?
No, they're making it.
Yeah, they're making it.
and then there was some other thing there as
Nate
well.
is very interested.
Okay, Frozen is horrible. It teaches kids the wrong lesson. The first one. Seriously, I got in an argument with a mom at a Starbucks about this once.
That's the best place to get in an argument.
Oh my god!
Is that why I saw your picture at that Starbucks? Don't let this guy in.
Bad.
Bad from Star Wars.
Okay, I need to hear this. I need to hear this story.
We are
So it
segueing out of this.
So the whole point of like Frozen is there's a girl with powers that to free stuff, and then there's her sister who doesn't have powers to free stuff, and the girl with the
What a
powers ends up
loser.
like nearly killing everyone in the town. Like it's like massive winter, and what does the younger sister, who now should, because this is her kingdom, kind of she's supposed to take care of people, instead of taking charge and helping all the citizens around town, she ditches all of them because it's all about her sister and caring about her. Rather, she didn't care about the people at all. There's no indication of that. She only cared about her sister. She ignored everyone else. And then when she left, it turned out that the later on bad guy, who is the prince from some other place, actually cared for everyone else. He's going around. He's like, do you have enough wood? Do you have enough fuel to stay warm? Do you need blankets? Do you need food? And he's like hand delivering stuff, trying to take care of people in a kingdom that's not even his own. And then they vilify him at the end. But what he actually was doing was good. But the end argument is he's the bad guy because we say he is. He really wanted the kingdom, but he was kind of a better leader during
He
this whole
didn't want
situation.
the kingdom. He just saw that there was no leadership, and he was like, "Oh, I can fill that role."
Yeah, he was better at it.
He was like, "Yeah, elect me. I can take care of everyone." But they're like, "He wants the kingdom." It's like, yeah, because you're not doing fuck all with it.
Yeah, she just ditched. She's like, I don't care about you guys. I don't care if I'm not even going to check and make sure you guys are safe or anything like that. I'm going to ditch. I'm going to find my sister. And sure, family's important, but if you're in charge of a kingdom,
especially if you're
you're
Vin
not.
Diesel.
It's not a democracy. You're not elected. You don't have a replacement that can just step up. You are born
it's a
into
monarchy,
that position. Yeah, it's a monarchy. You're born into that position, and you just say, "Screw it. Screw all of you people. I'm going off to find my sister." Sorry, that I don't like Frozen.
Yeah, but the music, come on.
That was just a really good
The
singing.
song, come on. I'm just kidding.
There was speaking of when you explain in brass tacks what happened, it turns this person into a terrible fucking person. There was this video I saw where this guy was like, "Hi, I just need to talk about it. I was born and I never knew my parents, and then my parents died when I was young, and it's really sad, and I never got to know them. And then my best friend, his family took me in, and they were really poor, but they still took me in and they raised me like their own. And then when my parents died, they actually left me a lot of money, and I'm really rich, but I didn't use any of my money to help this family that is now treating me as their own son, and I didn't help them at all. And then when actually their daughter was old enough, I started sleeping with her. Oh wait, no, actually no, that's not my life. That's the story of Harry Potter with the Weasley family.
Okay, hold on, because I've been reading. Okay, hold on here. I've actually been rereading the books just like while I play the game, and in book 4 and in book 3, and I'm pretty sure book 2 as well. Nearly every book, because J.K. Rowling does this thing where she'll like just reintroduce concepts and things to you every time. Right. And she always says that Harry like would give all of his money to the family, or like half of everything he has to the family,
but he just doesn't.
Except for the fact that he knows the family would refuse it, and that's because on many times he's tried to buy things for the family.
That's
and
a very British
really
sentiment of like.
I think it's like when you're in poverty, but you're trying not to act like it. Like you're trying to just be like there for you. We understand you're an orphan. You're in this bad position. You're a friend. We're not here to take from you. We're here to be here for you're kind of part of our family now in this way.
Right.
I think it's more of them just trying to be, I don't know, it's a bit of a pride thing mixed in with them just trying to be a family for Harry. So that's my defense for for Harry here.
But still.
For not sharing his money.
Let's get from the wizardy world back to the galactic world here.
Yeah, we'll get to the space wizards now.
Let's start the show here with the Mando. Right off the bang, we get this scene here.
Which Disney is going to be fucking making kids Mandalorian helmets. You can find that on Amazon tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Easily.
Oh yeah, easy. You're gonna
Yeah,
you're probably
downward
gonna buy one of
helmets.
these. You're
Did
gonna
you
buy
find
one.
it
3/4
amusing, the
scale?
helmet?
Hmm?
Like when you guys first saw the helmet, were you like, that's like a
You
children's
know what
helmet? That's kind of weird.
You know what I
Yeah.
thought this was? I thought it was a prequel to Din.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
so too.
But
yeah.
this
for
is
sure.
this is sort of in a way showing about how he, they're making a big deal about, which they should, about him taking his helmet off, right? And
Yeah.
this is sort of showcasing how important it was to this
That's true.
clan, right?
And
Yeah.
all I could think is like that kid already needs a haircut. Like he's fucked now. It's just gonna be a matted mess. Like
He's
I
starting
was-
looking like a Samoan football player with the helmet hair.
yeah, he's just like he's gonna have hockey hair for the rest of his life.
Yeah. Well, so excuse me if I don't know, because I don't know much about Mandalore history, but who the hell chose this location? Because
So this
was
is
They're
the
running
planet-
away, right? After
Yeah.
moving? Yeah.
So
but-
this is still on the planet that they were on. They're just now in a cave.
right, but I
because-
just mean like the location manager, whoever said, let's go do it in the water where that massive crocodile lives.
You know,
Maybe they should have
crocodile
chosen.
infested water. Mandalorians like to live
this thing?
dangerously.
Ah, that's just that's just
Yeah.
Steve.
yeah.
Our pet Steve.
Yeah, exactly.
They forgot to
Anyways.
feed him, so he's a bit cranky this morning.
Quick,
still,
Nathan,
it's-
our archaeologist, what kind of crocodile is this?
It's a big one.
Crikey. Yeah, okay.
He's from Australia, coming to eat all the guys from New Zealand.
Yep. Yeah, it's a rivalry. He's actually the mascot for New Zealand's cricket team.
Are you gonna go get your lizard? Oh, okay.
No, I'm gonna get my lizard's sleeping right now. I'm not gonna bug him, but I got my version of him right there.
There,
Holy
there,
shit.
There we go.
That's pretty dead on.
So go back to the last slide. So that flag on the left is now there's a lot of speculation about what clan Mando is from, and like the clan, including the armorer and all that, are from. That's the Vizsla clan flag. So it's, I don't know if it's ever been mentioned, and I don't think it. I mean, apart from there being a pre-Vizsla like fucking hanging out with them, that's a pretty good indication that they are a descendant of the original guys. But that's one of the first, which also too kind of confirms that the armorer is still, or was at one point, still has allegiance to Darth Maul, which is then Death Watch, which is who rescued Din Djarin in the beginning. And at this point, no, Obi-Wan's dead. I can't remember. Yeah. Or Obi-Wan.
No, they would be around. Darth Maul would be around still, I think.
Oh,
Oh no, sorry, Darth Maul's
No.
dead. Darth Maul's dead.
yeah,
Long
because this
dead,
is
long
after the
dead.
fall. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, long dead.
So there is still some allegiance to the Crimson Dawn, which was the horns. But so that was a cool little thing. And yeah, this scene was fucking fun. All of the different angles that they threw in, like where they had the crash cam on the one Mandalorian's helmet when he
Yeah.
was flying up, and like
Yeah,
all the
That was
like
cool.
underwater bits. Like every time the camera went underwater, I got excited because it was just, it didn't feel like there was a camera. Like it a lot of the time in action stuff, you're almost fighting to see stuff. But in this, it was just like, oh cool, it's over here. Oh cool, it's over here. Ah! And it was just exciting and fun.
It was chaos. It was chaos.
I think it was good because usually Jon Favreau directs, like he directed like the first episodes of like the first couple seasons, but they let I don't know how to say his last name, but Rick, who's directed quite a few of them.
Yeah.
And I think he's obviously, you let someone in that world more and more, direct more and more, he's just going to get more comfortable and more creative. And I think you're right. He did amazing. He knows how to direct action scenes. That's for sure.
Rick Famuyiwa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's directed stuff in season 1, season 2.
Yeah. And he was a producer on, let's see, The Lost, director in, a bunch of Dope Brown Sugar, though. Yeah. Yeah, this was a fun scene, and it was also cool, like how vague it was in the beginning when you thought that this was a young Din, but then it didn't really matter because it was just like this is just showing the path that he was in. Also, Elvin, the camera that's behind you makes you look like you have cat ears, and you look adorable.
Yay. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I can't
yeah.
unsee that now.
I know.
There.
Damn it. Yeah, and then they try and kill this thing, and then Din shows up and is fucking bitching, rat rotted N1 Naboo starfighter. And just
Rest in peace. R.I.P.
I don't know if you guys remember, but when we were reviewing the Book of Boba, and we first saw Mando's new Naboo starfighter, I at first didn't like it because for me, I still thought of him as he's kind of a bounty hunter figure. I want him with the ship where you can walk around and he can have, bring bounties on. But now that scene sold me over. Like that was pretty cool. Seeing him just fly in so quick.
Yeah.
The ship sounds great. It sounds kind of like a muscle car, but
yeah, like when he starts it up, when he goes there, you
like a hot rod or
rev up
something.
sound. It's just like oh.
Yeah.
And then the fight scene later, like that.
Yeah.
We saw a couple parts in previous shows where it's like, oh, it's fast and oh, it's maneuverable, whatever. But I think in this episode they really showed like how fucking badass this ship is, because we haven't really seen it in a dogfight.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And like when he went up against the pirates, it was just like, oh, they are outmatched.
Yeah, and the way that they did it in a way that it's almost like when he's even fighting, and he can hide, like he hides or something. The way his ship was like hiding, like you didn't even know where it was.
Yeah,
and then you just saw like one of the pirate ships blow up. I love that.
Yeah,
that was great.
So it goes from okay, I'll go on.
Yeah, so basically after that, he sits down with the armor and he's trying to. She's obviously doesn't give a shit about him anymore.
Yeah, not
She's
even
basically
a thank you.
rude to him the whole time.
Just saved everybody, but who cares?
Hey, remember, you're still excommunicated. Okay, bye.
Yeah. So, and he's like, "Well, I got a plan," and she's like, "I don't give a shit what you have. Like, who cares what your plan is?" And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna go down the caves of blah 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 Mandalore, and bathe myself in this so that I can redeem myself." And she's like, "Yeah, good luck with that because the planet is pretty much molted into lava because they bombed the you know what out of it. So yeah, good on you." Like, she's not being positive at all. She doesn't care about this guy anymore. Like he's dead to her, right? Like, I don't care. I found your replacement out there. He might have been bit off, but no.
So he brings back like a piece of and it's like half glassed over.
The Jawas.
She's like, she's like, cool. This proves that the entire place is just made of fucking glass now. But there are people on the internet who have translated
Cipher? Of course they did. Of course.
And it's a passage from the Book of Revelation.
Oh, okay.
About how I mean it's slightly relevant. Not slightly relevant, very relevant, where it's essentially just like talking about how the Egyptians or Roman or whatever just like kicked out Moses and all them, and so it was just like a kind of passage about like relating Mando to Moses and how he's gonna like bring everyone back to the promised land kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is he gonna part the sea too and everything?
Yeah, I mean his staff. He's got the.
Well, they're in the sandy desert, anyways.
Yeah.
Maybe he's gonna kill the croc by parting the sea.
Yeah. We already saw them got flamethrowers, so they've seen a burning bush. Like.
So basically, he's like, "I'm gonna go do all this, and peace, right?" And then they had.
I love little Grogu's just like listening to them both.
Yeah. There was so much more movement and like.
Yeah.
and yeah, Grogu felt so much less like a puppet, but still it felt like a Jim Henson puppet.
Yeah,
Which,
but
like,
it also feels like he's understanding more, right? He was always just like
Yeah.
this little thing there, and now he's I don't know. Like I'm always wondering. I don't know, like what the life cycle is of that species, or like are they?
Well,
Is it?
they live for a long time.
when
but I
900
know-
years old you reach, look
Right.
as good you will not.
But I mean, like from a Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy, are they ever going to show this little guy? I don't know, get
Having
bigger
a
or something?
conversation or something, right?
Or
Yeah.
say a word, say an
Mhm.
actual word, right? I don't
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but you can definitely tell from this episode that he is.
The comprehension's more
Yeah.
than
Yeah, for sure.
So they head on to hyperspace, and he puts it on cruise control, and this in the background.
yes.
And I was just like,
That was pretty cool.
From Rebels,
So-
right?
Those are-
yeah.
Those are Purgil.
They live in hyperspace
Well, no. They live in space, but they have the capability to
to go hyperspace.
go into hyperspace. Hyperspace in Star Wars is essentially a different dimension that you slip into, and it's a lane.
Yep.
But this is the part that is, and especially because they focused on it, and they had Grogu being like, "Oh, fucking space whales," but that's how those things, specifically the Purgil, is what happened to Admiral Thrawn.
Mhm.
Ezra fucking launches him into hyperspace with one of those whales,
Mhm.
and so that's where
Yeah.
Thrawn is. So now it's just like, oh, here's the thing that the main villain in some show in the future. Here's the thing that's
She's right
threw him
there.
away. Yeah,
So this is indication that they're gonna link all these shows,
yeah,
right?
That'd
This
be
is
cool.
this is like they wouldn't show this
yeah, exactly.
if there was no connection coming down the
Right.
pipeline.
But that's who Ahsoka's looking for, right? Is
Yeah.
Thrawn. Yeah.
Yeah,
What she
definitely.
mentioned that in.
but this is the tease
in the second season,
right?
yeah,
yeah.
This is the little teaser, like, hey, remember
Yeah.
this?
yeah,
Remember the characters involved in the last episode of Rebels? Well, yeah, we wanted to show you this to get you, excited. So
yeah.
I thought this was so cool. They didn't have to add this in there, but they did.
Mhm.
And it's the little things that I love about this show that makes it so great. Connecting surprises, Easter eggs, things like that get you excited, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was
yeah,
very nice.
yeah.
Before you guys continue, I'm afraid I must jump off for now.
Yes.
But I will see you guys.
Speaking of
next week.
hyperspace,
Yeah, I will see you guys next week.
There's
and
a whale
I'll
behind
give
you.
My,
Mm.
I'll give my score then because
Okay, give your score.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
don't want
go
to give
ahead.
it now because I'll have
Yes.
to explain myself. Because
No,
I'm pretty
I
sure
would-
didn't
I would
enjoy the
give your
episode
score
as
now.
much.
Give your score now.
Oh no! Okay. I'm gonna give it. I'll be a little bit more generous now. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay, well, you come
Yeah,
back
but
next week and give
week,
me a proper score.
I'm
then.
gonna. Next week I'll explain it.
Okay.
I've got good
Oh,
reasons.
cliffhanger.
I promise
It better
you,
be a good
good
explanation.
reasons.
Okay.
All right. You guys have a good one.
All right.
I
Take
will
care, Nathan.
see you later.
Bye. You can hang up now, Nathan. Yeah, so basically going to hyperspace, and he's heading over to the what is the planet name? I can't remember.
Navarro,
Navarro. There, thank you.
The guy from
the guitarist from
yeah,
Dave Navarro
Yes,
from
Dave.
Jane's Addiction
Jane's Addiction.
and
Yeah.
the Chili Peppers for a little bit
Mhm.
for one album.
And he goes meets his buddy.
Oh, this okay. This was
This is
The
a
shit
Rocky
that-
moment right here. Rocky.
yeah. They did the Rocky. You
Also-
son of a bitch.
Isn't it also
Or
from
Predator.
Predator? That's
Yeah.
what it is. Schwarzenegger and
Yeah.
And
Carl Weathers.
Was it Carl Weathers?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
in Predator.
Oh
He's in
yeah.
Predator.
I forgot he
Yeah.
was in Predator.
Yeah.
When he was jacked as shit.
Oh man.
Yes. Yeah.
So
No,
this,
no roids involved at all.
no, never. Of course not. It was 1980. They didn't exist then. Just
They ate it for
chicken and
breakfast.
rice.
Yeah.
So this scene or this stuff with Grief Karga, when they run into the pirates, or not run into the pirates, he goes and deals with the pirates, and that whole thing is what fucking Boba Fett should have been. That entire show should have been that scene of just if that happened in Boba Fett would have been like, oh, I feel like you've gotten soft now, and he'd be like, no, I just like order now. I want to do it with peace. But Grief Karga's like, no, I haven't, motherfucker. Let's go, come on,
yeah.
Try me, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, because you're right. Boba Fett was supposed to be more of a mafia show.
Yeah,
and you're right. That's exactly what it should have been. More like
if Boba Fett had done like all the shit that Grief Karga did in this, it would have been the best show ever.
Yeah.
But he was just a pushover, and Grief Karga is now the coolest fucking dude who runs a planet. Like,
there's two little droids carrying his cape.
The little carousel droids that were pulling his cape were the fucking coolest things ever.
Yeah, I love that.
But there's a giant clue in this picture of what the main story is all about, it's a robot. I love the fact that it's stomping on a trooper helmet.
Yeah.
It's so cool. IG-11, right?
Yep, IG-11. We get another Vice line from Taika Waititi.
So the Mando's here to get IG-11 because I don't understand why.
Another Kiwi guy, actually.
Yeah, Taika. Yeah, Taika. And I don't understand why he needs him.
Because he is super droid phobic.
I guess
they killed his fucking family, and for the first 2 seasons, he was like, "No droids, no droids, no droids, ew, droids." And then he's like,
but now he wants a droid
because he still doesn't know if the planet is poisonous or not. So he needs a droid he can trust to go to his people's planet and not fuck it up.
I guess
and that's the only one he ever really connected with, right?
Yeah, so basically, Carl Weathers says, "Okay, I'll take the statue down and let you repair it." And he tries to repair it with some small little creatures.
Turns into Terminator.
Yeah,
It was totally like crawling on the floor. That was Terminator.
It also reminded me of the first Toy Story of just Sid's.
Sid's toys. Yeah.
The claws awesome. Grabbing and pulling.
Yeah.
And then they have a George Lucas-esque shitty one-liner when the
way to use your head.
Yeah.
But
I also did appreciate Carl Weathers rolling his eyes at him.
Yeah. I love it when he throws him Grogu.
Yeah, catch. Yeah, hot potato.
Grief. And he's like, "Are you just yelling the emotions that you feel right now, or calling my name?"
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to give up repairing this thing. He takes it to the little creature guys, which was it in the new trilogy?
Rise of Skywalker.
Babu Frick.
Babu
Frick. Yeah.
Yep. I don't know what the species is called though. I can't remember. But yeah, they're little mechanics, right?
Yeah, the little droid fixtures, right? And they asked him to get something, right? What was it? They told him to get something.
So there's a memory unit for an IG unit, which they don't make anymore because those droids haven't been in service in probably 50 years now. Because IG-88 was one of the most renowned assassin droids, but even IG-88 was an old as fuck model and was just still in service and was independent. But those were, I want to say, pre-Clone Wars. Because those just
Do you know the thing about IG-88 is that in Star Wars: A New Hope, in the bar, it's if you ever watch it, his head.
Yeah.
There, it's like the drinks dispenser in the bar.
Yeah.
And then they took the head
sick.
And they moved it to Empire Strikes Back and let's make a bounty hunter.
Yeah. He was just a Greebly.
Yeah.
and then he became popular because he had a bunch of books, but also he was and going back again, referencing Shadows of the Empire, which was a game, I think it came out on this. Well, it was on PC, but it was also on the N64. But you fight IG-88 on Ord Mantell, and anyone who's played that remembers the fucking train mission. And because it was tank controls and it's a third-person platformer, it was one of the most janky and bullshit levels in video game history. So everyone hates it and probably stopped playing the game at that point because they were 8 and it was fucking impossible to play. So,
Yeah, so he needs to get some part. I guess he's gonna find the part for him. But as they're heading out, you've always got to have these lower level villains to ruin the day, and we get these band of misfits here.
Sorry. They were they were made by the banking clan during the Clone Wars. So like this thing is old technology. Like that's like seeing a battle droid in this era. It's like this is old technology and they've all been discontinued. And it wasn't even a like main style. It was one of the side groups of the what were they called? The CIS of Independences. Anyway, it's old tech. That's why they can't find him. That's why Babu, or not Babu Frick. It wasn't actually Babu Frick. It was what species is he?
His uncle.
He's one of the
Uncle
uncles.
Frick.
Yeah, Uncle Frick. They're an Anzellan.
Anzellan.
Yeah, that scene was the comedy in that one was so well done. Just like, it's broken. He says it's broken. Yeah, I got it. And just the silent looks of just like, shut the fuck up. Like, whatever.
Like, seriously, he's speaking English. Why would I not get it?
He says that you need a new one. Thanks,
Dad.
Okay.
I got it.
Or just the fact that he's like the Mandalorian's like sitting in this tiny little shop. Yeah. That was good.
And then you got Grogu trying to eat them.
Yeah, it's not
just trying to hug
pet.
him. No, it's not a pet.
It's not a pet.
Oh, no,
they're
stop.
cute. Yeah, he's like, finally something smaller and cuter than me.
They should have done like something at the end where like he stole one of them, like they see the ship fly away and there's Grogu like, got one in the back with him or something.
Can we keep him, Dad?
Yeah. Grogu's got a satchel underneath his clothing. Yeah, that would have been awesome. Yeah. But these guys here to ruin the day.
Yeah.
And this was pretty cool, the scene. It's a school that they was a bar and these guys want to have a drink.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's offering you a drink at somewhere else, a more nicer establishment. Why don't you just have a drink? But they wanted to be, losers. And I love the fact that Carl Weathers, like you said, did the old standoff there.
Yeah.
And him and Mando kind of. I love how Mando just leans over and is like, "This is going to be interesting."
That reminded me so much of Boba Fett when he did that. When he just leaned against the tree. It's something in Jabba's palace that Boba would have just done, And it just, I loved it because it's just like his confidence is like, whatever.
The nonchalant, just like,
he's like, I could take all of these guys out with one shot with my bird whispering. What's that whispering shot that he has?
Whispering. What are they called?
Anyways, he could just shoot one of those and 5 of them are dead on the ground.
Yeah. Well, it's just the confidence of just like, I'm imposing because I'm here, not because I'm looking hard. It's just like everyone's already uneasy, me just being in the room. So he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna get comfy and just
And Carl Weathers knows this and he really wants him to be the sheriff, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, can you please just be the sheriff? I'll give you a Beverly Hills on the mountain there. Whatever you and Grogu
right by the hot springs.
Yeah. You got the prime location, right? And he's like, no, I as much as nice as it sounds, I'll come back to it later. But and then he rambles off a bunch of people, right? He mentions Cara Dune, I believe.
Yep.
He mentions, who else did he mention?
Well, she was the main one, and then they started talking about Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
And how he's
which is interesting.
In a New Republic holding cell now. And
so apparently he does come back, from what I heard in this show.
Yeah. She won't be coming back, but he does.
No. Yeah.
But it was good that they kind of, because when something happens like that, like a actor or whatever gets kicked off a show,
Yeah.
they never mention it. It's good that at least they said where she is, right? Because
Yeah,
of that.
like explained it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Early rumors suggest that Cobb Van't will be the sheriff.
Yeah. That would be cool.
They're saying that he's gonna come back and be the sheriff of the place. I'd be down for that. But whose armor is he gonna wear? Do they make him a new one?
Ooh.
Right? Do they make him a new armor?
Yeah.
Getting a new suit up montage for Billy Bob Thornton or whatever the fuck his name is.
But you know what the interesting thing about all of this was? So he leaves, and these guys follow him, and I thought this scene was one of the coolest.
But actually, before that, like Mandalorian says, he shouldn't have let that guy go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You want to let
You
him
tell
go?
that you sure you want to, like, he knows, he's like, yeah, he's not whatever.
He knows this shit. Yeah.
He knows he's gonna come back. Like,
Yeah.
So I thought, yeah.
And I thought the scene in space, the whole
Oh,
combat scene
Yeah.
in space was so well done.
it was so good. It was like everything you want from a dogfight in space. Like it was fast, and again, it wasn't like they don't even stand a chance. It was like, oh, they're doing great. Like they're not bumbling idiots. They're not fucking stormtroopers just missing.
Yeah.
Like they're maneuvering. They're an imposing threat, and it's just like, but he's just the fucking man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we find out there that henchman has a leader, and it's Captain
Yeah,
Spinach.
Yeah, this Davy Jones looking motherfucker up here.
Yeah. That's
Somebody,
totally what I thought.
somebody said Davy
Pirates
Jones.
of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Some people said Swamp
Jack
Thing.
Sparrow.
Yeah.
Some people said he looks like Swamp Thing, right?
Or what's the Jabba the Hutt ripoff from Spaceballs? The
The pizza guy.
Pizza the Hut.
Pizza the Hut.
Yeah, this is the vegan version.
Kale the Hut.
Kill the
Kill
Hut.
the Hut. Yeah.
Kill the Hut. That's good. Oh, I like that one. He's gonna be the main baddie of the series, so we'll see where this goes. But he just looks so funny, man. I can't take this guy serious. It's just, I don't know.
I like how we just talked about Groot, and we're like, this guy looks fucking weird.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a field day making this figure for sure.
Oh, he's gonna be a baff.
Yeah,
The Black Series is gonna start doing baffs now, and he's gonna be the first.
I can't wait for an import company to do it because they'll actually get him leafy and nice and beautiful.
Yeah,
They got the
there'll be a
budget to-
warning. Don't leave it on the kitchen table because
Your cats
will
will eat it.
surprise it. Think it's salad or something.
Kale. So Captain
He
Kale,
looked cool. Like, design wise, and like actually, like
it's unique.
it is.
Yeah.
Like it,
Yeah.
the like weird.
Have we ever
like,
seen this ever in Star Wars lore?
No,
right?
No.
Yeah.
Like the weird sponge, kind of like coral, like inserts in for his nose. Like it's a cool concept, and it looks phenomenal.
I think it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna bring him back somehow. They can't.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't
Well,
put,
they have
can't
to.
put that much time and effort into that.
Yeah.
That.
A
Not
good chunk
bring
of
it
that's
back.
practical too. So like,
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
actually what and like you're talking about the pirates and stuff, and I just love that practical look now.
yeah.
That they
There was a
brought back.
lot of really good practical effects that were done all throughout like all the puppeteering. And I mean, the other two seasons did this too. Like they're definitely very true to form of what makes Star Wars, and a lot of
Yeah.
it is like the practical aspects in it.
Yeah.
And even a lot of the opening scenes with that giant turtle dinosaur thing, like there's a lot of bits where it was like that's real skin and a bunch of real things, and like that's a
Yeah.
real leg fucking coming down, and
Yeah.
obviously the main bit of it was CG, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I feel- not to get really technical, but I also feel like because they use that room, right, the volume that they film in the virtual room, which was they've done for, I feel like this, because of Andor didn't use that room at all. That I think I think it's a combination, and I can really feel like there's some times in the first season that I'm like, okay, I know, like when he's walking and it's like, okay, I know it's that room, but this felt like all practical, like location.
Yeah,
which is,
I think the first season was like a proof of concept for the volume, and then then after that they were like, okay, now we know. And also, because correct me if I'm wrong, but they invented that for the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So that was just them like, oh, cool, we got this new toy, let's use it as much as possible. And now they're like, okay, now we know what it's needed for.
Yeah.
It's the standard now for a lot of Disney shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And I mean, at the very least, like if it helps an actor put themselves more into the scene and more
immersed,
more immersed, and they have to take they get another 10% of their brain to not imagine they're in space, but they're like, oh, there's space, cool, okay, there we go.
There's an actual sunrise, not just hey, look into that green screen and pretend the sun is coming up.
Yeah,
right? Which is
and then also takes
it helps the senses, right? Like it just jacks you up to, your imagination. It just having those elements added just, I think, makes it so much easier as an actor. To just immerse yourself in there and then do the role, not have to worry about where the sun is to look at it and pretend it's there. Yeah, it's just so much better. It's visually so much better for you, right? So.
Look at this gaff tape X, and then in 5 seconds, look at the second gaff tape X.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine it's the most beautiful thing you've ever fucking seen. Okay.
Wow, that gaff tape. It's amazing.
Whoa.
So after the dogfight in space, he heads out to see what's her name?
Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this for a while because she's not in a good mood. Is she?
No. She's just like, what the fuck do you want? Whatever you're buying or selling, I'm not buying.
Like she just looks like she's had pizza all day, had some booze, and she just doesn't give a damn about anybody right now.
Yeah, for sure.
She's
binge watching Love is Blind or something.
Yeah.
Sleepless in Seattle for the 5th time.
A few pounds overweight, right? Because she's just been in the ice cream bucket. But he comes to see her. Why? I can't remember why.
Well, because he's like, yo, are we going to the Mandalore? Because
he wanted her to come, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck no.
Well, I love the like, hey, do you still have that thing that I fucking need to do what my life's purpose is? And he's like, oh, that thing? Yeah, I still got it. Whatever. It's just like a fuck you to her. Yeah, you mean the whole reason of your existence currently? Yeah, it's in my it's in a closet somewhere.
It's in the back of the spaceship.
Oh, that old thing?
I gotta dig it out. I haven't seen that in a while.
Glove box with a bunch of receipts.
Oh man, and so he needs her to go there with her. I don't know why he needs a team.
Well, nobody's been there.
So he just, as a security reason, needs it?
Well, he doesn't know where it is because he didn't grow up on there.
Oh, okay. Apparently it's close to where she is right now.
Well, like she's on the moon of Concord. So she's from... Wait, no.
Is Mandalore the planet, right? Mandalore. So it's very close to this place where she is. It's another
Concordia
planet.
is, hold on. The moon.
So is that the moon of Mandalore?
Yes. Concordia is the moon of Mandalore, which is where Death Watch was exiled to after the pacifist movement.
This is the castle of Mandalorians, right? So it's
no, it is just a Mandalorian castle.
Okay. Is one of many.
Yeah, just in design is what. The planet that she was on, I don't recognize.
Yeah. Because it was a different name. I remember they gave it a different name.
But a lot of her mates have just kicked it. They took off, right?
Because she doesn't have the Darksaber. So they're like, fuck you. We're not going to listen to you.
Yeah.
Planet Kalevala, which is
in the same solar system as
19th century work of epic poetry from some Finnish guy. Nope.
that's not it.
There we go. It is located in the Mandalore system.
Okay, yeah,
So it is a planet near.
okay.
Oh, it's the homeworld of House Kryze.
So she would be the best bet to take him to Mandalore because she's been from there. So
Yeah.
she's a tour guide. She's a tour guide. Okay.
Yeah. So
IG-11 is supposed to be the muscle. She's supposed to be the tour guide.
So Bo-Katan is her name, and then Kryze is her last name, and also Duchess Satine, which was the leader of Mandalore when they were doing the pacifist stuff, and was the Obi-Wan's girlfriend, is also from that planet. Mandalore is like the homeworld in the system.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 planets in that system.
Jesus,
I don't know how many of them are habitable, but
Right.
that's crazy.
And numerous moons as well.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess the next episode she's gonna tag along with him. Right?
Or, well, again, the only way that she can, because he doesn't give a shit about rallying the troops or whatever. So maybe seeing him and being like, all right, cool, you're not going to help. Okay, whatever, peace. Like, she's pissed at him because she's like, you guys, your clan fucked everything up. And now he's just coming in nonchalantly being like, hey, I'm going to go back to the homeworlds. And he wants nothing to do with, like, he just cares about his, in her eyes,
yeah,
cultist group
Yeah.
of zealots.
And yeah, because he's like, I'm gonna go get myself, like renewed, and she's like, whatever, I don't care what the hell you're talking about.
So I think she's now gonna have a vendetta against him because the only way that she can get the Darksaber is to best him in combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do.
I want to
see
see
her,
her, and I want to see her in the armor square up because they hate each other.
Yeah,
they hate each other, right? So
we might do, yeah.
But yeah, so apparently the next episode or something, she's supposed to go hang with them and see how that whole, because in the one of the Entertainment Tonight magazine or something like that digital cover, they show her and him side by side,
right,
on a mission. So I'm assuming that they go to the Mandalore planet to look for it.
But I think I think what you said before is I think they're going to team up, but I still think that there should be the two of them should battle it out at some point, because at the end of season 2, she was not happy when he walked in with the Darksaber,
I wonder if he's going to just lose on purpose, like fight her, but like at the end, just like, you know what? I don't even give a shit about this.
So well, he even said that, right? At the end of season 2, he's like, I'll yield it. I'll give it to you. But
she's like, doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't work like that. Yeah. So he'll fight her and then probably just like not give his best. Yeah. And just give it to her and let her win and kind of like, who cares, whatever, I walk off, right?
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
We also still really don't know the chain of command of the Darksaber currently, because as far as lore is concerned, Moff Gideon we don't know if he's actually the rightful owner of it or not. So it might not be valid that Din Djarin rightfully owns it, because Sidious
sorry, I'm gonna say it's totally like the Harry Potter thing, right? The wands, whoever defeats it, you got to trace it back to who won what. So
because it was Sidious who defeated, or technically it's Obi-Wan, because he killed Darth Maul, so Obi-Wan's the owner, and then who killed Obi-Wan? Darth Vader. And then who killed Darth Vader? It's Luke. So Luke's the rightful owner.
Oh God.
Chain of command. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then didn't Luke lose to Ahsoka? So then Ahsoka gets the blade.
But she already had it because she defeated Maul. Anyway, yeah.
So somebody's gonna get the blade.
Yeah.
The one thing about this was the short time. The 30 minutes was not enough. I know they did enough. It didn't
Did it-
feel like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It felt like more 45, but at the end
Sure.
of the day, it was 30 minutes. Um, I don't know why they did this. I hope not every episode. Do you happen to? Can you pull it up? Can you pull up
Yeah,
the
let me find.
timestamps for them all? I'm hoping it's not 30 minutes. It's just too short. You're
Yeah.
just getting settled in. You're
Yeah.
just like immersing yourself into
We're
this.
we're used to The Last of Us and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right? Just
Yeah.
like over an hour each one.
At least give me 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's 5 minutes of credits, so you see 38 minutes, and it's like, okay, plus previously on, so it's like take off 5-6 minutes from that 38.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
Well, and then the credits that are 10 minutes of
Yeah.
concept art.
Yeah.
Honestly, like 45 minutes would just be the sweet spot for me, and I'd be appreciative
Second
for it.
episode's 42 minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It makes a difference,
It
like,
does.
it does.
Yeah.
Is there any other episodes that are short? Did they give you any other rundowns at all?
No.
Okay.
No.
How many episodes are there? 6, 8?
6.
It's too short.
They've all been that.
Feels like it's been like 8 episode series, but there's 6. Okay. Yeah.
What was Andor? Wasn't it like?
Andor was more than. I think it was 9.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Andor was 9 episodes.
Oh no, sorry. Season 1 and 2 were 8 episodes,
Okay.
and so is season 3.
8
So
episodes. Okay. Good. 8's fine. I can deal with 8
Yeah,
as long as it's 40
And
minutes.
Andor
enough.
was 12.
that's what I
Wow.
thought.
Holy
I
smokes.
knew it was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's stretched out a lot.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
Chris, what did you think of Andor?
I loved it. I loved it.
Mhm.
It was just, I know a lot of people, and I can understand people's arguments that there's not enough battles, there's not enough this, but it's just, I've always said, like, Star Wars just needs to be there. I need to see something different. I need to see new characters, and we'd only seen him in Rogue One. So I was just,
we saw more aliens in this first episode than we did in the entire season
Yes.
of Andor. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do
exactly.
give him that.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the writing was great, and the tension
Mhm.
was great, and there was just everything.
The Tesla factory was fantastic.
Yeah.
well, my
honestly,
favorite.
I never liked it. I didn't like it at all. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
very, very vocal about it. But I get the appeal. Like, I looked at it from Justin's angle, right? I get why a lot of people like it. It's like you said, it's different. It's a whole new different take on Star Wars world. But yeah, for me, it didn't do anything. It didn't move the needle for me. But I one thing I did respect about it is they didn't do it in a room. There was
Yeah.
a lot of location-based
Yeah.
filming.
No
Yeah.
deserts.
Yeah, and no
We didn't
desert.
go to
There
a
you go.
desert planet.
No Tatooine. right?
Yeah.
So I appreciate that because that takes effort,
Yeah.
right? That takes a lot of
Yeah.
effort to put something together like that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
But-
growing up, my favorite Star Wars stories were like there was a Darth Maul book where you just follow a dude down on his luck on Coruscant who gets hired to assassinate Darth Maul and then he dies in the end. Or like Dash Rendar and you're just like a bounty hunter kind of smuggler guy, or like after playing and like watching all the original trilogy and then playing all the Jedi Knight games and stuff, it's just like, hey, I don't give a fuck about space wizards with laser swords anymore. Give me some of the other cool shit. Like there's so many other stories. And Andor was like, here's no space wizards. And I'm like, fuck yes, this is what I want. Just like a cool dude in this universe that I love. And like, because Star Wars has always been a space opera. So like, show me the other cool people who aren't the main character, the main like, because like and what we've seen with like all the movies is just like, oh yeah, but the Jedi is just the Catholic Church, and you're just like, fuck, they kind of suck. They're kind of part of the problem, and then they're
Yeah.
like, yeah,
And I think that was the appeal of Mandalorian, right? When it first, like that first season, it was just like, he's not, he's not, not related to anyone or whatever, but it's just like this new character. And I mean, as much as I loved season 2, there was all these, everyone was coming back, Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Luke. So I'm really, hoping this season I don't know if I want to I think I'm thinking, do they bring Ahsoka back just to try to set up her series, or is there a reason?
They
for
probably
her to
will
bring
the
back?
last episode or something like that.
Well, I think so
Yeah.
because again, we don't really currently we don't have any villain, and there always has to be an antagonist in a story. Obviously,
Mhm.
currently
Well,
we've got
Captain
some like
Kale.
no, he's just some fucking pirate guy who's gonna like fuck with Grief Karga a bit, and then
I'm gonna
they're just
copyright
gonna
that.
Yeah, you
Captain
should.
I'm
Kale.
gonna
We should make a
trademark
T-shirt.
that.
We should make a T-shirt.
Captain Kale.
Yeah,
Captain Kale.
we'll just take Pizza the Hut and we'll just take him into Photoshop and turn him green and be like, done. There's a
You
T-shirt.
want to hear my favorite kale joke? I don't know if you guys have
Yes,
heard
I
this.
would love to.
So when you're cooking with kale in a pan, you might have got to make sure you put enough oil in. That way it goes into the garbage so much faster.
That is an A&R dad joke.
I am a dad.
Yes,
There's
I
that,
love it.
That,
I
that
love
one
it.
scene from Parks and Rec where Nick Offerman he's in like a I don't know hardware store with Aubrey Plaza and this guy's giving out samples and he's like, "Hi sir, would you like to try our new vegan bacon?" And he's like, "Yes, I would." And he hands it to him and he immediately just drops it in the garbage and looks at him and goes, "Please, another." And he hands it to him and drops it in the garbage.
Oh,
Hilarious.
So-
But yeah, you're right. Sorry, you're right about not. There's no villain. I'm wondering. So his whole, redemption.
Moff Gideon's coming back.
Yeah, at some point, but I think that is not just going to be Moff Gideon's back. I think there's going to be somebody who brings him back.
Hmm.
Somebody who breaks him out. And I mean, in the first episode, like it was so when Nathan was saying I expect the first episode to be good but not great, I think I agree with that. But again, the third season of a show doesn't need to wow you. If it already has convinced you to watch 2 seasons of a show, the third season doesn't need to come like into the locker room big dick swinging. It's already like you're already here. We don't need to prove ourselves. So I think the first episode was fun and it was like, all right, we're going to do Western shit. We're going to do space battle shit. We're going to have cameos. And like it, for me, hit all of the points that I wanted. And it
You're
was
right.
like,
Yeah.
there's action, there's some intrigue. You get to see familiar faces and we're getting the band back together. And here's a really cool spaceship battle. And the fact that I came in with low expectations because of the runtime. And then when it ended, I was like, I didn't notice. Okay, good.
See, I thought this episode was going to be just some sort of adventure, and then at the very end, they tease us to get us back into the story.
Right.
But like you're saying, they jumped right into it right away, like setting everything up.
There was very little downtime. Like he went to like 5 fucking planets, and like there was 5 seconds in between of just like, oh, here's a cool little thing. All right, we're on this planet now, and you're like, okay, cool. Like it was very fast paced.
Yeah, the cuts were good. The cuts were
but it
really
didn't
good.
feel like all over the place. It was very like concise. You knew what was happening. He's like, hey, we're going to this planet. They go to the planet. Hey, this guy. Hey, what's up? Okay, bye. We're going to the next planet. All right. Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Okay, bye.
Yeah.
The one thing I would have loved to see
efficient.
the one thing I would have loved to see in this episode was, you know how a lot of shows at the very end you get introduced to the villain. It would have been nice the very end you get introduced to the villain. I don't know who it is or would have been, but it just would have been nice to get 30 seconds at the end of the new villain that's going to be introduced, right? Captain Kale looks like it's going to be it for right now, but
I do actually. Chris, you made a good point of just like that ate a lot of the budget. That character ate a lot of budget. So like now that you said that, I'm just like, oh yeah, I guess he is probably going to be back.
Ate a lot of the budget.
He photosynthesized a lot of the budget.
What would you guys give this episode out of 10? I'll let Chris go first.
So I think like we said, it sets up like I have this feeling that episode 2 is going to be amazing. and I think it surprised me how much it's set up or just jumped right into it. It makes me feel like out of 8 episodes, like they're gonna it almost seems like you might resolve something halfway through the season, and then
Yeah.
the second part of the season be completely different.
Yeah, because
So
if they did this much in a half hour.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say probably 8.5.
Okay.
Good start.
Justin, what say you?
Yeah, I was gonna probably say about probably an 8. Like I was perfectly entertained. I would say I'll say it exceeded my expectations.
For a 30-minute run, it did.
30-minute run,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
I guess 27 minutes or whatever. Like, it was a very efficient episode, and they hit a lot of points and did a lot of important, and like the first 2 seasons, it was constantly just like it's very video gamey. It was like, here's your mission, here's a side mission. It's a fetch quest. Oh, now you upgraded your armor. Okay, now you got a new companion. Now you got to go to this. No, you discovered a new world. Oh, okay, here's this quest.
Yeah.
And it's staying with that pretty heavily, and it established the quest that he's going to embark on. And yeah, I think episode 2 is probably going to be better, but I'm gonna go with an 8 just because I thought it was great. But I think there's a lot of room to wow me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too. 8 as well for me. I was leaning towards 8.5, but then that 30-minute time, like, it's like, okay, even though they did a good job of masking it, I just felt that I could have used another 5 minutes to introduce the villain, to show me what's going on down the road. The main opposite of who he's going to be fighting. Like, I wanted to know something, some sort of interesting hint,
because it ended with him leaving Bo-Katan's castle, right?
Yeah. So to me, it ended abruptly.
Yeah, she had the last line, didn't she? Like, bye bye.
Yeah, see you around. Oh yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, who knows? Maybe she'll be the main villain.
Yeah, I was totally thinking that. I was totally
trying to fight him the whole time. And
I'd just like to see this season, and I might be relying too much on Last of Us or something, and I know it's the same actor, but I don't know. We know their relationship, the two of them now. I keep thinking back to the movie Monsters Inc. when the little girl sees Boo sees Sully, and when he's a real monster and scary, and she just gets so scared. I want Grogu to realize something about the Mandalorian and just their relationship. I want to see something in their relationship change. I mean, get back and then come back full circle. But I just want some sort of realization there, because we know their relationship, and it's just
he is the protector, and that's
and he's the.
By the way, did you guys notice that he's wearing his armor?
Yeah, he's wearing the mithril.
Yeah. So he's full on a clan of 2, right? Yeah. I mean, honestly, I hope next week's episode is better. It was a good show. Like, it wasn't a horrible start by any means. I mean, we all give it pretty respectable marks, scores. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping next week amp it up just a little bit more. But I think we're getting spoiled too of the quality the show is, right? We're expecting it to always be out of the park, but I mean, honestly, like, this show is what Disney Plus hangs its hat on. It's how many people probably subscribed this week just to watch the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think they'll do a good job next week. I'm expecting at least an 8.5. I'm hoping. Favorite part, maybe, before we head out? Favorite part of this episode? What do you like the most?
Head out. We still got the after hours.
Oh, yes. What am I talking about here? I keep forgetting. I keep thinking we're
battle.
Space battle? Okay.
Space battle was fucking good. Like, it was. You remember, like, episode 2, the Slave 1 fight with the seismic charges?
Yeah.
Bow.
Where it goes
When-
silent for
when-
a second, then
Yeah,
like the
Jango
Obi-Wan,
Fett fighting Obi-Wan in space.
Yeah.
Like that was everyone's favorite.
I liked
That's
it a lot too.
A
Yeah.
good chunk of people's favorite Star Wars moment. Period.
Mhm.
But it was like just small ships fighting in an asteroid belt. It was like this is peak Star Wars space
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
It was fucking cool.
And again, like I said earlier, it just reminded me. So in season 1 of The Mandalorian, there's that, I can't remember what episode it is, but there's the hallway scene. And you've seen Batman do this before, where the lights go out and he just gets closer. The lights go out and he gets closer. And I felt that in the battle because you just didn't know where he was. But then you see the pirate ship blow up. And I really thought that was really well done.
See, I was thinking that my favorite scene was that, but then I still love the very beginning where this boy is getting this helmet. I still liked it because it totally. I really thought this was a flashback.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought this was a flashback because, in a way, they want you to believe that's a flashback because they want you to understand how important. You can catch the replay. They'll be here forever.
Hi, Darth Gutierrez.
But yeah, no, I like the beginning, and obviously having the big killer croc there was fun too.
Mm-hmm.
So
It
to
just,
me,
it just proves that you're never safe in the Star Wars universe. Like,
No,
it doesn't matter what's
even at
going
a
on.
baptism, there's still
exactly.
there's always a bigger fish.
Yeah.
I thought also too the little workshop scene when Din was like hunched over. I thought that the comedy was so well done.
Yeah.
In that bit, and they still. Oh, also too, one thing I noticed: there were no Wilhelm screams. We saw about 50 people scream, and like had a.
I thought I heard one of the Mando
There
scream.
was no, there were a lot of screams. There was no Wilhelm scream though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm,
Which
okay.
there was there was one in Andor, but it took him a while. Took him a few episodes. Or it was either there never was one or there was one near the end.
Yeah, let's get into the Cantina talk here. Open mic, basically. We could talk about anything Star Wars, anything related to the TV or movie industry right now.
I saw Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, what'd you think?
It was
that great, huh?
no, I'm trying to.
I was like, did his screen just pause? Or something?
It was
glitch.
So I didn't see Ant-Man and the Wasp.
This was Ant-Man and the Wasp.
No. There was the Ant-Man 2, which was
Okay.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay.
This was Ant-Man 3. But this was also the start of Phase 5 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
mess.
But I thought it was fun. It was cool.
Yeah.
Did you see it yet?
I have not seen it.
I would wait till it comes out on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
No. It's okay. Also, too, do people not go to theaters anymore? Is that just not a thing?
No, it's just the movie sucked. That's why nobody was there.
I thought it was fine.
If they were showing The Mandalorian in theaters, I'd be there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they don't do that. Like, it's just a couple shows, like the end of the season finale or something. Put it in the theater.
Do a bridge show.
Yeah.
Like they should have done like, hey, it's gonna be 2 years before we get the season out. Here's a 1 hour
like
special.
or a
Side
3
mission.
hour,
Side mission.
Yeah.
or even just like here's a 3-hour condensed version in the theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't like Ant-Man. There's a lot of problems with it too. I mean, the storyline.
Well, yeah, of course, it's an MCU thing. There's fucking plot holes everywhere. But Kang was cool. It's not the first time we've seen him, and the end
well, it
credit
is the
scene,
first time you've seen that version.
Well, that version, yeah. But not. But or do we know? It could be the same.
No, it's a different version.
We don't know.
No, we do know because
The one who is eternal or whatever the fuck his name is that we
he
saw
gets
him
killed.
before.
Remember at the end?
Or does he just get put into a different timeline?
No, he was the okay. We're gonna go on back and forth, but
that's the point of After Hours. We don't know
if
that
you read the comic
books.
If you read the comic books, they're two different. They're not the same.
Yeah, but then we see an end credit scene where that could have been him just thrown into the past because he gone into the quantum fucking power source.
Her, if you kill me,
Yeah.
a worse version of me is going to kickstart everything.
Yes.
This is the worst.
Or did that one get sent into the past?
No.
And then, but it was cool seeing the
Jonathan
Loki-
Majors did a great job.
Oh yeah, he absolutely did.
Oh, he's going to see Shazam. Sorry. He's going to see Shazam 2 in theaters. I'm
When does that come out?
probably, I think it's this
Soon?
week.
What?
Okay.
What? Didn't the first Shazam just come out? No, I'm thinking. I'm
You're
thinking
talking
of
about Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Yeah, that got
I'm thinking
thwarted
of
away.
other lightning bolt chest guy.
Yeah, no, Shazam I think is in theaters this week.
Oh, okay.
I believe, yeah. But I'm probably not going to see it. It's just I don't have the time. I want to see Dungeons and Dragons as well.
That actually looks really good.
It does. It
It
actually
looks
is.
like perfectly tongue in cheek, like it should.
But a lot of Dungeons
be
and
not
Dragons
too
people are not
serious.
happy with it.
Well, they're fucking nerds, so who cares?
Well, I mean, I respect. I mean, I don't play the
I'm
games.
all Dungeons and Dragons people, and I'm like, that looks as fun as every D&D campaign I've ever run.
But they also need to appeal to everybody. That's why they need.
Yeah,
to,
but every D&D campaign, and I've been in multiple, like, I don't know, 20 plus different groups of people. It's all just like, all right, go hang out with your friends, bullshit for 5 hours, drink a bunch of energy drinks, and eat snacks.
I
and just,
think no
like,
matter whatever
have fun.
the genre
And that's
is,
what this movie
never
looks like it's
alienate your
encapsulating.
core audience. Though that's my belief.
Yeah, but
never
no. Okay, how are they alienating the?
No,
core
no. I'm
audience?
just saying. Like, I don't know D&D. I don't play it, so I don't know anything about it. But from what I hear on the interwebs, the people that are core audiences aren't happy. I don't know why they
I
are
am
because
core
I have no idea, right? But I just don't. From my point of view in the MCU and DC stuff, which I am,
Sure.
a fan of.
That's different though.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying from my point of view, like I get it what they're upset maybe about, or why they're upset because their core of what they like about D&D has been changed or shifted.
How? I'm genuinely
I don't
curious.
know how. I'm just saying
because I will argue that the core audience that is mad at this movie is also mad at actual D&D for like 5th edition. And
Probably,
like
yeah.
anytime they put out a new book set, they get fucking pissed at Wizards of the Coast because they're like, no, you're changing it. It's like the original one still exists. You can still play that.
Yeah.
And you can still just like the thing with D&D is it's modular. You can just fucking do whatever
your own
you
creative.
want.
Yeah, right?
Exactly. So if they add a new book and you're like, oh, I don't like how this modifier works, then don't fucking use it.
Yeah.
Just take all the new monsters that they give you, and if they were like, oh, now the everything has a D4 for this, and you're like, I don't like that. Don't fucking do that. You're the GM. Like you can do whatever you want. You're crafting a world and a story for people.
I guess there's one central author that narrates it, right? Is that how it works?
What do you mean?
Like D&D, the game, when you play it, is one central person that tells the story and everybody plays the game?
Yes. So there's one dungeon master who is essentially crafting a world and a story. Yeah. And then everyone else makes their own character. And then if it's a good DM, they have like it's called a campaign because it's literally like a video game where it's just like, all right, you're all in a bar and here's 5 things that happen. And like really, really good campaigns is like somebody will take weeks, if not more, to write huge storylines.
That's a lot of commitment there.
Oh, absolutely. but also too, like a lot of like fun D&D campaigns is like you meet once a week and you sit there for 5-6 hours and you just like go through an adventure with your friends and just like have fun. You bullshit and you just have fun for hours.
But don't campains last? They can last years.
Like, years, absolutely. Yeah, like it's literally
that's insanity.
It's
that's
best.
Commitment.
It's a huge commitment. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But like when I saw the trailer for this, I was just like, oh, this looks like tongue in cheek.
Yeah, to me it looks fun. It looks like a great ride.
And it looks like fun. It looks like a fun movie they've done D&D movies before, and they were fucking garbage because they were like, "Oh, the warrior, he's tough," and it's like, yeah, but where's the jokes? Where's the fun bit? Like, this doesn't look like an adventure. This looks like a cool guy trying to be cool. I don't fucking want to watch that. I've already got Braveheart. Like, come on.
And I love Chris. Is it Chris Pike?
Chris Pike, yeah.
I love him. He's
Pine, Chris Pine.
Oh, sorry, Pine. Pine. Yeah.
Whatever, tomato.
Yeah.
I love him. He knows how to turn it on and off.
Pike Pine. It's a giant thing that sticks up. Whatever.
It's prickly.
It's prickly either way. Yeah.
That comes out March 31st. D&D and
Yeah.
Shazam comes out March 17th.
Also in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm gonna probably go see D&D if I get a chance. I'm probably gonna go watch it. I've never done this, and everyone keeps telling me to try it once to watch a movie by yourself.
I've done it for years.
Oh,
I've
it's
never
the
done it in
best.
my life.
I did like recently when I became single like a year ago or whatever.
Yeah.
I did it for a few movies, and it was the best.
I saw
my wife and kids are out of town during the
Yeah.
long weekend in April, so I might go watch a movie.
I saw the
Yeah.
Batman last year by myself.
Oh, that's what I saw too. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw you there. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Why are you sitting beside me, buddy?
Yeah,
I'm by
I know
myself.
you from somewhere. Yeah, I've never done it, so I want to check it out. Maybe do that. But there's a bunch of movies coming down the pipeline. You got Super Mario Brothers coming. You
Yeah.
got Guardians of the Galaxy coming. One after another. There's bang, 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 just coming out, right?
Yeah.
There is a movie that I saw a trailer for today. It's a gentleman who is from Star Wars, the new sequel, the bad guy. What's his name? The one that Vader wanna be.
Oh yeah.
I have
Adam Driver.
but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Yeah, he is in a new movie. It's coming out March.
65. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
dinosaur-
Matthew
the dinosaur
Perry?
one?
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Looks pretty cool. Why is it so like under the radar? Like he's a big guy, like a big name actor, is he not?
Yeah.
He's kind of been in some.
Trouble?
No. He's just. I think he got big, and then there's a lot of saturation. He was in like a couple things that everyone was like, "Oh, this is really good," and then they
Wasn't it
turned
Black
out.
Black Chrysanthemum or something like that? No, Black Chrysanthemum.
That's the Wookiee from Boba Fett.
Yeah.
that
I
we
just realized that after I said it. What was that movie? Him and Denzel's son. They're both in that movie.
Oh,
Well, I'm just looking. He was in. I mean, he takes a lot of serious roles too.
he does.
He was in with Scarlett Johansson in The Marriage Story.
Oh, he was in House. I saw House of Gucci.
House of
recently.
Gucci. He was in
He
House
was
of
Yeah,
Gucci.
he was
fucking
good
great
in that
in that.
one.
Yeah.
That was
He's-
such
yeah.
a good movie.
He was in The Last Duel with.
Oh, he was in Star Wars. Well, I think he kind of blew up from
Keep reading the list of movies because there's one that I really liked. I can't
Okay.
remember.
Girls.
Girls was a TV show he got kind of
Yeah,
known for.
that's kind of where he blew up from.
Well, he's on actually he was in a Netflix movie recently called White Noise. I saw that. That was okay.
Oh, The Last Duel.
The Last Duel, The Report, Black Klansman. Is that
That's
Oh,
what
Black
it was.
Klansman.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
good movie. I really liked him in that one.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. So
Black Chrysanthemum. Yeah, I could see the connect there. Oh, Logan Lucky, Merowitz stories.
He was in
He does a lot of like
B roll, not B roll movies, but indie movies.
yeah, indie. There's the good term. A lot of concept pieces.
Yeah.
But I mean, the same could be said for who else was similar in that. And then they just started. I think they took their Star Wars-esque level of fame, and they're like, "Cool, now I can say no to shit." And then they
John
can kind
Boyega,
of
Where
because he's doing Lay's potato chip commercials right now.
well, I mean, good on him. Like, don't fucking hate the player for hate the game. Motherfucker's making money. But I mean, speaking of Harry Potter, what's his name? What's Harry Potter's fucking name?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe. After Harry Potter, he just did like art house pieces.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, Robert Pattinson, like he did Twilight, and he was like, "Oh, I'm typecast," or everyone told him I'm typecasted this wherever, and then he picked and chooses his roles, and they were like the most like beautiful pieces of cinema, and then he became fucking Batman.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, some people use their fame to say no to, and I think Adam Driver is doing that. So I think that's also too why he's seeming to be flying under the radar, because he's only working with like niche directors and filmmakers.
Well, he probably that whole Star Wars level, right? It's like,
Yeah.
I did that. I'm not
Yeah.
going to go do Marvel now or something.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I'm already the new Darth Vader. So
Yeah.
like now
I already got the paychecks.
yeah. I don't need another house. So
Yeah.
now let's do something that I care about.
Are you guys going to see Cocaine Bear?
I'll see it at home.
Yeah, I'm interested. I don't
Yeah.
know.
We were gonna either see Cocaine Bear or Ant-Man, and I was like,
You should have seen Cocaine Bear.
no, a Marvel movie you see in the theater.
Yeah.
Cocaine Bear, snakes on a plane with a bear. I'll watch that at home where my alcohol isn't $15 per glass.
Did you see the both end credits
of Ant-Man? Yeah.
Okay.
So we got to see the Council of Kane, and we got to see the Loki and Owen Wilson cameo. And what do you mean shaking your head?
Oh, the Loki movie show is going to be so horrible.
The Loki show was great. That's probably
it was all right. It was not bad. It was not bad.
I hated all the other ones. I'm saying, like, as far as
the other ones were pretty bad too.
As far as MCU things, it's like Daredevil was fucking rad.
It's a bear that likes cocaine. I mean, I don't know what else.
It's a true story, though.
It's based on a true story.
It's based on a true story about a bear that accidentally finds some cocaine, eats it, and then do I really need to tell you what else? Like, it's a bear eating cocaine.
What was that movie from the 90s about lions in Africa that was fucking terrifying? Ghost in the Darkness or something?
Oh, okay,
it's like that, but that shit scarred me for years. It's about like I've actually...
Killer Lions. It's about Killer Lions. What was it about?
1986 movie. Michael Douglas and Val Kilmer.
Serpent? Is that what you're talking about? No,
Ghost in the Darkness.
Ghost in the Darkness. Oh yeah, okay.
It's about these like two. They're like working on this. It's essentially just these two like white dudes who are like working on this railroad in East Africa, and then like these two lions just fucking massacre the whole village. But it's like you see like every night, and it's like fucking terrifying. It's like if Ridley Scott was like didn't have the imagination or H.R. Geiger to invent the aliens and was just like, fuck it, lions. Like that's the movie. It's aliens, but no H.R. Geiger, and they're just
the Serengeti.
Aliens.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
aliens
it's just lions, and it's fucking terrifying.
Man.
Now I want to watch it.
It's really good. It's like,
speaking of Michael Douglas, he did nothing in Ant-Man. He probably just like, check please.
Oh yeah, he was my favorite part. Apart from Bill Murray.
Bill Murray is such a waste there. Like, what was the point of that? It made no sense.
It was fun.
It's so dumb. Like, he just probably walked by the studio, right? I think somebody was telling me like,
oh, totally.
He walked by the studio. He's like, check please.
I don't care about Ant-Man.
Yeah, but it's
first
such a
one
big,
was fun.
Like this is supposed to usher in a new phase.
I know. That's what I was.
And it went on a whimper.
I know. I don't care about Ant-Man. Like, the first one was fun. The second one I didn't watch, and just because of like me being on the internet, I already knew the premise. And then I watched the third one, and it was like, okay, none of this is lost on me. I know exactly what's happening. Because also they over-explain fucking everything. Like I didn't watch the last movie, and
Well,
they
Michelle Pfeiffer doesn't
explained things
she
that
doesn't
happened in the last movie like it didn't exist.
I don't know.
And it's like
What do you
you
about the
spent millions of dollars
I don't know about the
telling us how.
over-explain thing because Michelle Pfeiffer wouldn't tell the whole world down there till like 90% of the movie's over. Then she's
that
like,
was
"Oh yeah,
fucking
by the way,
stupid.
don't go down here. It's really bad."
Yeah, they start talking about the thing that was the most traumatic thing ever, and she knows is like the catalyst of universes that most people don't even know exist ending, but she's just like, I won't tell anybody. Oh, you guys are fucking with the thing just like casually that could
It's
end
so
everything in
bad.
existence ever. Neat.
Makes I don't know. I think
And then they get down there and she doesn't go, okay, there's this guy, he's a multidimensional thing and he can have the control and there's 50 of them or a million, I don't know, and he could probably kill everything. Okay, let's go. It was just like, we don't have time. And then like, yeah. No, it was a regular ass Marvel movie. It was fun.
is
There were
sad
loud
because
explosions.
when I go to see a Marvel movie, I don't want to see a regular ass Marvel movie.
Yeah, but there's
I'm gonna go for a ride. Like take me
Paul
for
Rudd.
like
Every time he tried to get angry, I was like, oh, you're adorable.
you try.
Yeah. Like, aw.
Yeah,
But
no,
like
they
it
need to
was
scale
definitely
back, maybe.
for one of the coolest. Like Kang is fucking badass as shit. Also MODOK, it was cool.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So here's the thing, though. Now they're trying to set up Kang until
Yeah.
they get to the next Avengers film, which is years away, right?
Well, they still have like
2025.
they still have Kang Dynasty and
Civil War after.
yeah.
Secret
have-
War.
Sorry. Yeah, Secret War.
Yeah. They still
Right.
have 2 Kang centric movies coming out as well.
Okay.
And for some reason they thought it was imperative for them to say Kang will return. It's like, are you fucking kidding? No shit.
I think they do. I think
You just showed me thousands of them, and
They
you're
do
like,
that as a-
he's
as a
coming
joke.
back, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
thanks, Tips.
But that's what I was going to ask. Is he going to be popping up in other movies before we get to
Yeah, well, he's the new
Thanos, basically?
Thanos. Yeah,
Right. So, okay.
Yeah,
I knew that. I just wasn't sure how much are we going to wait, or do people have to wait now till the next Avengers film to actually see him as the baddie, or is he just going to be in?
because there's variations of him.
Yeah.
And then because now they're playing with the whole multiverse kind of thing, so now you're gonna see him in variations in different places in different movies.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay.
Like he shows up in the Loki season 2 as well, so there's a variation of him there as well.
Right. Is that this summer that comes out? Loki 2? Loki season 2?
Yeah, I think so.
Disney Plus, right?
How are they dealing? So in the extended or in the after credit scene, the Loki one, that's Nathaniel Richards?
No.
Is that what
that's Kang?
No, but Nathaniel Richards is a variant of Kang.
Yeah, but Nathaniel Richards is in the future.
I thought he's in the past.
No, he's in the future.
What's the one?
He's the great grandson of Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic.
Okay.
And he discovers through some technology time traveling in the future. Then he goes all the way to the past to try to change things. You have to read the comic books, otherwise, whatever I'm telling you right now is just going to go out.
No, because
I've read the comic books and it's very, very. It does a good job explaining things, but it's also complicated to explain things. You know what I mean?
Yes, but I mean, the guy this is why there's theories going around because, like, yes, the comics were a thing, obviously, but the movies are playing fast and loose with the comic lore. Which is why a lot of were the 10 rings. So in the comics,
rings have nothing to do with Kang.
No.
That's the Mandarin. and alien
Shang-Chi's
Shang-Chi has nothing to do with that
or
in the comics.
did
In the comics,
okay. Well, this is the theory that's being bounced around: is that Kang brought Shang-Chi or his mom or whatever the 10 rings to deal with one of the Kang variants in the future, so that Kang doesn't destroy that timeline.
I mean, they could do anything
Because
they
they're
want.
very this theory is being bounced around because they are aesthetically very similar to Kang's rings.
Kang doesn't have rings.
His chair, his ship,
It's not a ring though. It's a space traveling vehicle.
with 10 rings fucking floating around it, with the same hieroglyphs and same color as the 10
I don't-
rings.
The hieroglyphs could be from the Pharaoh time that he was there. He was
No. There's been people doing CSI Miami shits.
I mean, who knows? They could just make up anything they want at this point, and
Absolutely,
you
because
you
that's
can't
what
do nothing.
Disney's
It's the MCU. They'll write whatever garbage they want right now,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm been really disappointed with MCU what they've been putting out. Nobody even knew Phase 4 started, and nobody even knew when it ended. We're like, what happened? We're like, it
Yeah.
ended. We're like, oh,
When,
okay.
when did it end? What was the
Yeah,
last?
exactly. It's like that's exactly my point.
Like, was it Thor? Was that the
No,
last?
no, it was Black Panther
Oh, right.
or
that
She-Hulk.
fuck of a movie.
Nobody knows. Like, apparently, Black Panther was the last movie in the phase.
Hmm.
So, yeah, like I said, I don't know. It's they were supposed to do Blade, but Mahershala Ali apparently walked away. He's walking back. To it now.
Really?
I don't know what's going on there.
I was legitimately excited for Blade.
Oh yeah, me too. I think he's a great actor, and I'm really looking forward to it. But there's a hold up there, and that's been delayed.
Did
Captain
he also
Marvel's
start?
been delayed. Sorry?
Did he also start equating pandemic mask mandates to Auschwitz?
I don't know what's going on there, but they're.
So
I
what
don't know,
else is coming out this year then? Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah,
'Cause usually-
that's gonna be good.
and isn't there something usually in the fall? Isn't there
Is
usually
Tim
have
Gunn
a-
still on Guardian?
Yeah, that's his
this
last movie, and he's done. Yeah,
one? Oh, really?
yeah. There was supposed to be in the fall, but they pushed things back
Oh yeah,
to next year.
What's their
because
excuse now? They can't use the pandemic.
yeah.
I think the writing isn't good. They want to go back to the drawing board.
They're not going to.
No, no, I'm not even joking. Like,
No. I mean, that's a
yeah.
good reason.
Yeah,
That's what more shows should use as an
Yeah.
excuse. Like, hey guys, we need to rewrite stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
good, thank you.
And I think also they had problems with their the CGI teams going on strike as well.
Mm.
Good,
Because
because
of
they're
the-
under fucking paid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so there was
yeah.
issues with that, so they couldn't get some of the movies done in time.
You mean the CGI fest that is Marvel movies?
Yeah,
That was one thing with this movie. The CGI was pretty good. There was a lot of cool design backdrops.
Really? I thought it was very
The-
blurry and not very interactive. Like you look at the CGI of Avatar and you look at the CGI of this. They're
They're two
both
different things. I'm comparing it to other Marvel movies, which is normally like, oh, that looks like it was made in 2005.
But if you look
Oh,
at James Gunn's movies,
yes, but that's a different person. That's somebody who's really good at their job.
yeah, but the thing is, they're supposed to be all good at their job. That's why they're at
You're
that
right,
position.
but that's why not many people pay attention to it now,
Yeah.
and they go, "Oh, new Ant-Man? Okay, sure."
You know what it felt like? It just felt like they just put it all in a studio room with big backgrounds that they used the Mandalorian.
Oh, it was nothing
room.
but green screen.
Yeah, it was just like there's no thought to put into it to make it like take the background of this beautiful new universe that you're in and
You were
really
doing like multiverse, like acid trip shit the entire movie, and there was no point where I was like, "Wow!" There's a couple points where I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool." Like there was a
Yeah.
couple cool characters and some funny bits done with them, but like there was no like jaw dropping, like awe inspiring.
even
stuff.
their big battle at the end, it just felt very small. You know what
Ironic.
I mean? Yeah, it just felt very small, and I was just like, "Yeah, this doesn't sound like a big giant war that they're having, right?"
Yeah.
It just felt really tiny.
Please log in through the Google Home app.
Oh, sorry, that's my. Google.
No, I will not do that. Don't tell me what to do, Google.
She never talks
You're
to me.
You're not my real dad. The one thing too is like all the people in the giant end battle. I didn't fucking care about any of them.
Yeah.
When big laser can guy, who I thought was the coolest, that was probably my favorite character in the whole movie.
Oh my
I was just
god.
like, that guy's cool. Like it was a cool design. He
Oh,
just
the guy with
screamed-
the head as a
tube.
beam.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
that
He
guy
was
was
funny.
fucking cool, and he had a
Yeah.
couple cool one-liners, whatever.
Kool-Aid guy was funny.
Yeah. I have holes now. One of the best lines I've ever heard in a movie. How many holes do you have? That was funny. But when they all went into battle and they started dying, I was just like,
Nobody
okay.
cared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, neat. He died. Okay. I also like how they had a direct ripoff from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and they just had the Google fish or the blabber fish or whatever, but it was in
I
drink
don't
form.
remember. Yeah.
It's essentially a fish that puts in your ear and you can hear all languages.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They had that, but it was the blob guy, and it was just like, just drink
my Kool-Aid. Yeah.
drink my fluid, and now you can understand everyone. And I was like, all right, well, I guess that saves you money on having to hire someone to create languages and make subtitles.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Honestly, Chris, I would wait for Disney Plus to watch
All right.
this.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't that excited to see it. I mean, I like Paul Rudd and I like Ant-Man and I like the first one, but I also
First one was great.
I think I enjoyed him more in small parts, right? When he came into Civil War,
Well,
he was
I love
hilarious and,
I love the
Yeah.
science behind the first one, where they shrinking
Yeah.
certain things,
yeah.
making things bigger. Like, I really enjoyed it. And then we also had a couple of other characters that made it fun for Ant-Man. We had that Sanchez guy. Remember his security
Yep.
company?
Yeah.
He doesn't exist in this
when
movie.
he talks about how he met and the story's really fast and everything. I love that. That was
Yeah,
hilarious.
so he doesn't exist in this movie anymore.
Okay.
And then also Lawrence Fishburne, he was Giant Man. Remember?
Oh,
He
yeah.
was Hank's buddy.
Right.
He doesn't exist anymore. in this
Sorry,
one.
how does MODOK come about in the comics?
MODOK is a villain with the X-Men. He's supposed to be a very smart and sinister
Yeah.
villain. It has nothing to do with what they did. What they did was made him completely useless. Like,
Oh, no, it was funny. I knew it was not canon.
but they hit that character bad. Like,
Sure.
That shouldn't-
I meant visually. I thought for the story, when he showed up, I was like, oh, it's MODOK. And they kind of showed the like flashback of how he got shrunk. And I
yeah,
was
that
like, oh,
doesn't
they kind of
exist. Yeah.
hinted towards that. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And that character, that actor, I only know from House of Cards.
Yeah.
So I thought the CG on his face was fucking terrible.
Oh, it's horrible.
It looked like an Instagram filter. Like I've seen Snapchat filters where it'll put like your face and it'll
I
superimpose
think
it
you and
onto
Chris
a
could do
tiny
a better
body.
job of editing something.
I could do a better
should-
job with my balls. And the CG was terrible, but when he put the helmet on and he flew around with all the guns, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is MODOK just like fucking shit up. And like when he was scary in the beginning, I was like, oh, cool. MODOK's here. This is neat. And
Yeah.
then the mask came off and I was like, oh, it's the guy that they fuck over and he kills himself in House of Cards. And then he has a redemption arc and he's just like,
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
was
a
the Hornet.
dick.
He was the Hornet in first movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he was that.
And the
Right.
end, he has a quote unquote redemption arc where it's just like, I'm not a dick. And then he kills himself or sacrifices himself or whatever. And he goes, I died not being a dick. And I was like, that's not MODOK.
It's weird.
But I thought the design when he had the mask on and all his guns and all that, and when it was like a horror movie and he was like, everyone feared him. I was like, oh, cool. MODOK's cool.
Yeah. Average.
Yeah, I'll wait for it.
Yeah, wait for it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, spoiler alert, he dies. But whatever.
Is there anything else? I think we can wrap it up. We've been in for about 2.5 hours almost.
No, those are all the things I watched.
Anything else? Okay. I guess we'll wrap it up for today then.
Well, thanks, guys. That was
Yeah,
good.
thanks for coming on, Chris.
Yeah.
Join
I
us
gotta,
next
I gotta watch Bad Batch now.
week. Yeah,
You
you're
can no. You can, if you want to streamline it, you watch the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
then skip the next 2.
Was
they're
last
fillers.
week episodes good?
Yeah, last week was good.
And
So the
then
first-
Watch the first 3 for sure.
1 to 3.
watch
Yeah.
for 1 to 3, and then
Yeah.
watch 6 and 7.
Yeah.
6 and 7. Okay.
The other
And then-
2 literally mean nothing.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
Like
you'll be pretty much
literally,
caught up.
even in the end of the episode, they have a line where they go, "Well, we didn't get anything done, but at least we're okay." And it's just like, "Fuck you."
And then they
Yeah.
look right at the camera like, I can't believe you
It's-
watched
it's-
that.
Yeah, see you
It's
next week. See you
almost
next
that.
week.
Yeah.
Suckers.
Thanks for the $9.99 a month or whatever.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But whoever's watching this, you guys are not suckers. And thanks for watching it, though. And it's free. It doesn't cost you anything either. Say bye, guys.
How Palpatine returned.